Mediumship Reads with me and Angie. Come on, join us.
Hello, Sheri Beery. How are you today?
Well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. I am hanging in there. I finally got some rest and some sleep after work, so I am alive and alert and alive, as they say,
Awesome.
amongst the living.
Well, I went.
Beetlejuice. I love that movie. I watch it all the time, so maybe I'll watch that.
I went to a baseball game yesterday, and it was a good time. We
What?
lost
Oh,
horribly.
I was just gonna ask, did we win?
No,
Oh well. You know, it's highs and lows for the fans when you're in Arizona. You try
I
and you try to love them, and then they just don't allow you to love them. So it is what it is. All right.
um,
Exactly. Got it.
well, yeah, it really sucks because like the bottom of the bottom of the seventh, bases loaded, and we were down 1-5. Bases were loaded, and the dude struck out, like struck
Look,
out
it
left.
feel like he could have at least like nicked one to the and let
I
some
know,
ball.
yeah, struck out, and yeah, I was like, "Are you kidding me? We left 3 men on the bags, 3 men on the bags," and then it's been so long since I've been
They
to a
were all
baseball
expecting
game.
that to be like, oh, this where we catch up, this where we win, this where we take the
Right.
game back. He like, nope, not on my dime.
Not on my dime. But it was a good game. I haven't been watching baseball that much. So hold on, I'm fixing this. Um, I didn't know that the pitchers had time limits on how long they could pitch. I didn't know there was a mound count anymore. Yeah, they've changed the rules of baseball. Like you can't do certain things. You can't come into the infield or go out to the outfield. Like two players have to be around the bags. I'm like, fun out of baseball. I mean, they're making it all these rules like football. I just was like, what the heck?
Hello, everybody. We just chit chatting about our weekend and didn't even acknowledge you. Hello, Chantel. Nice to see you
Hi,
in. I've never
everybody.
seen your name before. Hello, Miss Angel Wings. Welcome back. Hello, marijuana. Is that marijuana? That is Okay, I'm gonna go with that's what it is. Hello, Monica. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Yvette. So, hello to everybody. If you want a question answered, just post the question, and then Keena will. Keena is behind the scenes. She will tag your question, and then when we're ready to start the reading, she will go ahead and post your question so that we can do your reading. Um, Please give me, I don't know, something specific, something about you, whatever it is that you want to know so that we can go ahead and work with you. I'm going to move this keyboard because Keena is back there
Hey, the
behind
link is in the bio, by the way. So come join us now.
me.
We're live.
I have to
Mom, you just recycling.
be tempted to start typing and intruding on Keena's space. I wish I could see Keena here in the background right now. She looked like James Brown with all that big fluffy hair. Like when he had, like when he get it set, he get it all curled up and then he have a show and then it'd be like, that's how Keena look in the background. Uh, Alicia said, hey, parking lot. All right, people. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and let people know that we're live. And go ahead and post your questions. I am eager to get this done. Brandon is at work, and we got to get Brandon on his way so that we got to get done so that I can go get Brandon. What else happened to you this week, Sheri?
Just the just a baseball game. That's about it. Nothing super, super out of control. It's been pretty mellow. Um,
I got
hopefully,
an order the other day. I had posted this order online. Let me tell you, it's by this site called Cheap Me. I'm never ordering for them again. I could have had somebody make them dresses faster than they got, but I got it. It was an all white dress. I look so angelic. I could be a cake topper right now. in that little cute dress. It could be my little impromptu wedding dress, like because I'm not having a big wedding. I could just throw that little dress on, boop boop, and we can go ahead and get married. So anybody who ready, go ahead and ask me because I already got a white dress. It's simple, it's short because I don't do long because I'm short. So it's simple and short. And when y'all ready, I'm ready. Just come on with the wedding. Bonnie done already told me 15 times that there's a new man and that there's gonna be a wedding. So all I'm waiting on is the man to ask me to marry me so that I can go ahead and have this wedding.
Right? Because we need to get it. We
A
need to do this.
celebration, people. I may or may not have went to the dispensary and saw some things that I like in there. Somebody told me that they just legalized it in Minnesota, like all forms of it. Um, Another state, and I was like, that seems like off, but I guess not. Like it didn't seem like the right time to be doing a vote. But who am I to know when your state does a vote? But they did, and they just legalized it.
So I think my daughter told me it was now legal in Missouri.
Oh well, this was Minnesota too. So listen, everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Look, you make good money off of that. The government be making good money off of that. Let me tell you. And they be in there like they all kinds of scientists telling you all about the different kinds of strands and what it can do and what you cannot do. Hey, Miss Rachel, I hope that you're feeling better. We'll send you some positive energy. Can you all just put a yellow heart in there for Miss Rachel? She's not feeling good, and send her some positive energy. We hope that you feel better today.
And if y'all want to, one of my very best friends, his name is Joe. He is he's like amazing support for me. He just told me that he has a blood disorder. Hasn't told me the whole truth, but if y'all want to put some good vibe out there for Joe, that would be fantastic.
Yvette, I'm with you. She said I got a wedding day, but no man. I don't have either. I'm listen. I am. If we can go right now, like I can get off this live right now and go get married. I don't
Who's
have no set date. I don't set no set time. I'll just go and do it. We can just go and do it. I don't need you to give me a. We don't need even nothing official. Let's just go ahead and do it. We can ride on out to Vegas right now. But in order for me to be impromptu like that, you got to have a little bit more. I need to know that you can financially sustain my habits, and I like shopping. Look, my one order just got dropped off, and the other order about to be shipped. That's where all my money
who's
going from.
this
Take a job just to dresses.
fucking Sheri troll?
I thought that's what they were, but they were just saying hello. So, oh, there it is, the inbox me. But the person who's on there asking you to be inbox, Laura, I hope your computer shut down and never starts again. Like I am sending you all the worst energy that I have. Everything
Ever.
in me that is vile, that is what I'm sending to you because I just think that you're wrong to come on my live and ask somebody else for a reading. Like, how dare you? And I really hope that you're impotent. Like, seriously, like I don't wish nothing good on you. Not a single thing.
Not a
Not one single
single
thing
motherfucking thing.
goes right in your life until you stop coaching people's lives because this is just unnecessary.
I can do my own readings, right, Alicia? Right?
And why would you do that? Like it's just
Just disrespectful.
Lord help the child. All right now. So and I know we're not supposed to send our negative energy, but he deserves all of it. I mean every bit of it. Everything that y'all don't want, I hope he get it from the
What do
rooted
you
to the
mean we're
tunnel.
not supposed to send our negative energy?
You're supposed to be all love and light, and they think that you're
No,
supposed to be all flowers.
nope, not this girl.
People are just so insane. Hello, Robert from the UK. Are you our one person who changes your name all the time and then puts all that inappropriate stuff in the comments? We haven't seen you in a long time. If not, then just hello anyway, Robert. It's nice to see you. Listen, Monica says she waiting on her man to get married too. Listen, we could just have one big old ceremony like on live. Like we could just get on Restream and just be like, I do, and then just get I think I know a couple people who are ordained ministers and they can just go ahead and do it. And I think Shauna might be one too. So listen, we are not without talent. We are not without being ready. Come on, people. Send the husbands. Collectively, we are calling on the husbands. Husbands, not boyfriends, not somebody who's partnered with somebody else, not somebody who's not mentally prepared for the next level of marriage, but the whole thing. Like, get us all together and match us up equally. Like, boop, you go with that one, you go with that one. Listen, universe, send it. We ready. You
Yeah.
keep saying repeat numbers. What do the numbers mean to you? It depends on what the numbers are, Robert, that you're seeing for the for the repeat numbers. Like, is it something significant to you? When I see 221, I understand that means that's my grandmother's presence that is around. So, what do the numbers mean to you? Repeat numbers mean a lot of things. In essence, it is a higher power trying to get your attention. So, if I see 221, that's my grandmother's old address from way, way decades ago. So that means that she's trying to get in contact with me, or they're trying to give me something significant from my childhood. If I see 17, then that has something to do with another family member. So each number has something significant to do with you. So how do the numbers represent in your life? Hi, Angie. That's always in here. 9/11. That means that well, for me, 9/11 is an emergency. You're in the UK, so I don't think you use the same system that we do, but we use 911 as our emergency system. So if I'm repeatedly seeing 911, then there is an emergency that I need, or something that is coming upon me swiftly that I need to pay attention to. Like the heavens want you to pay attention to something. For you, it could be a 9, and then it could be the 11. That is something. 11 or ones are um, ones are, you know what? I don't know what the one is. I was going to say 111, but I couldn't even tell you what it is because I don't memorize what each angel number is because they're specific to you. You could always look up what 911 angel number meant and then see what it means to you, but I don't have any reference to it. If you're asking for a general reading, then you can be put on a list for a general reading. But just saying that you see repeated numbers, that is the heavens or the higher power trying to get whatever you call your higher power, trying to get in contact with you, and you're just not paying attention to it.
Lately, I've been calling him Odin.
Who?
My higher power. Lately, it seems to be Odin.
Girl.
Girl, I'm telling you.
My higher power and I, we both staring at each other like, what do you want today?
What do you want today?
Oh, we got 7 messages pinned, so let's go ahead and get started because y'all really want to know some stuff. All right, Keena, go ahead and give us the first person. Like, share, comment, subscribe, people. Let everybody know we're here so that they can get the same reading that you're getting. Chantel, may I know? I don't need to know your signs. You don't have to put in there. So you want to know how he feels about you romantically, or how he feels about you regarding the interview? You want to know how you did on the interview? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I know. What does the guy who
Because the way
interviewed,
you're asking the question, it seems like a love question.
right?
What is it that you're asking, Miss Chantel? Is it that you're asking? And the reason I tell you not to put your sign on there because people can be like, "Oh, Gemini, that means her birthday is either June or um what's the other month, May or June," and so then
Yeah.
they like people can steal your information, and so I don't use it, and I just prefer you not put it in there because I don't want people stealing your information. And we see that we already have a poacher in the comments trying to get people to come to them and scam them out of money. So I just don't like when you put your both whatever comes up. So you got interviewed somebody, and now you're romantically attracted to them, and you want to know if they like you too. I cannot tell you his thoughts like that because he didn't give me permission to tap into his energy. And I don't like doing love readings like that. But I can give you a general overall love reading and let you know what I see for you. But I don't like tapping into somebody else's energy because what if he came to me and asked me about your thoughts? And so I don't think people consider it that way. So I don't like tapping into somebody else's energy without their permission. Maybe it's something that he doesn't want you to know. All right. So I will go ahead and do a general read. You can go ahead, Miss Sheri, while I shuffle these cards because I have not been
Okay.
shuffling
Sorry,
at all.
I have an emergency on one of my properties, so I'm just sitting here. I have a water leak.
Oh, okay.
So I'm distracted a little bit. So we're doing a general, or does she want to know what he thinks about her
She said both. I told her I would not do his thoughts about the love, but I can give her a general. So she wanted to know both. How does he feel romantically about her, and then how does he feel about her in the interview? Um,
You had an interview with somebody. I'm sorry, and you want to know how they think about you romantically?
she
What
said
was
both.
the wait? What was the interview for? I mean, If
Were you
it's a
looking for
job
a book
interview, why
or a
would you want
movie?
to be romantically involved with a person that you never shit in the woods that you work? Like, you never shit in your own blood.
Exactly. So it could be like, she got there and she like, hey, he's a looker.
Okay, so why would you want to know if this guy is romantically interested in you? And I'm not trying to be an asshole, if it's for a job. And he just met you. Like, I'm really confused.
I can already see that I just want, she said a job. Okay. Listen, people, y'all not about to love reading me to death. I will put that dough love readings up so fast because what y'all not about to do is
Okay.
you can't hear us on YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube. Can y'all not hear me? Well, Chantel's on YouTube, but she can hear me. Oh, what did he think of you? Okay. Keena says she can hear us. LMT, I think it might be you. Everybody says they can hear us on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, what
So
did
I got make good decisions, stay on the right path, and be patient. And then it's like potential growth in your business and what you do. So there is growth, there is potential for this job to go through, and be prepared for sudden changes. So I think it's going to be quick. This job change that you're looking for, and him particularly, I can't um, dive in to what he specifically thinks of you. So this is a general work kind of reading. I got the six of diamonds, the four of spades, and the four of clubs and the ace of spades. So those are like again, make just good decisions. You're on the right path, and it's for your personal growth and whatever you're trying to do. But be prepared for sudden changes, Miss Angie.
yes.
I'm pretty much that's what I've gotten.
Okay, so I get an overall nervousness. Like I see the interview from both sides, his side of the table, your side of the table. And I get an overall nervousness when you came in and you were kind of tripping over your words about what you want to say. Like you knew what you want to say, you knew how you want to explain yourself, but you seem to be tripping over your words. And that may have been to do with a little bit of the attraction that you had to this person or just the anticipation of a possible job. I do not see you getting the job. At all. I don't get a good feeling. I don't get a positivity in that way. And I hear a swift no that you're not going to get the job. But not because you were a little bit, not because of, like your performance at the interview. It doesn't seem to be like that. But also he thinks that you were a little distracted. Like from his point of view, when I see him interviewing you, you seemed a little bit distracted, or you seemed like you were a little bit unsure of what you wanted to say, and so that's how the interview came through for him. And then I don't get any romantic feelings at all. Like they're showing me a heart and then they're putting the line through it as no. So I don't get any romantic feelings at all unless he gave you some kind of indication otherwise. But I don't get any romantic feelings. But I feel like it kind of distracted you because you seem to be a little bit like you seem like you're like when you normally interview, you're right on it. You can tell people like if people be like, tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult person. You could be like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
every
How did you
Sunday,
resolve that situation?
Angie.
Like you feel like you are listen, I am difficult because I have to be. So I have to get Brenda at 7, Keenan. So it seems like normally you are very very poised and ready to answer questions. You can just detail quickly, but this time you seemed a little bit off and you were not focused. And I don't know if it's because you don't really 100% want the job, because I keep hearing heart isn't in it. So either your heart isn't in it for the job and you were just going through the motions, or heart isn't in it as in he isn't fairly romantically inclined towards you. And then I also get is he married? I feel like maybe he's married or he has someone that is that he may be dealing with on the other side, because I get like a ring feeling, or I get that he has something else on the other side. And if there was anything, I don't think that you would be his main person or anything like that. So I get kind of that he's attached on the other side. And then I also get there's another opportunity coming up. They're saying you're going for one. you're not requesting enough. You're both 18. Okay, so that don't mean he ain't married, but he could be obligated to somebody else. Oh, and so okay, that's what this is. Okay, this was something. So just being obligated to somebody else. Okay, so you're saying no, you don't think that he was married. Not all married people wear rings, but I'm a walk with you on that because you're 18. Um, and you're saying that he didn't have on a ring, so it doesn't mean that he's not obligated or has a girlfriend. So an 18-year-old interviewed you for okay, you're both 18. So this doesn't seem like this is a career-minded job. This is something that you would probably do over the summer, or something that is probably like in fast food. Is this a fast food job, or something along that arena? Because that's what I'm getting, is that this isn't like, oh, this is what my career is going to be like. This isn't my, like, oh, I'm going to be a teacher, or I'm going to be a lawyer. This is something that is very beginner friendly. And so they're just saying apply somewhere else. But I don't feel like you necessarily wanted the job either. I feel like this was something like, oh, let me find a job. And so they're saying sell yourself a little bit better. You're not like, do you have a resume? I don't feel like you have a resume that or maybe you don't have a you've never had a job before, and so you don't think you need a resume. But if you want to get a job that is an office job, or something that is not well, all jobs require a resume. Like when my son was looking for a job, they all asked him to bring his resume. So you need something that showcases what you've done, even if it's volunteer work. And so you need to get in the habit of doing a resume. But they're saying like you're not showcasing your skills enough. Like maybe you did some things in high school or some volunteer things that would be very good to put on a resume, and that you just need to look for pay also. Because I feel like this money isn't necessarily being obligated to bills; it's kind of being obligated to your fun and leisure, and so you don't really care about how much money you are going to be making. But they're making it seem like you really do need to have a resume, and make sure you spell check. Like they're saying, make sure you do very well with making sure all your words are spelled, and that everything looks nice and neat when you present this resume. And they're showing me a very low font, so they're saying make sure it's something that's readable. And then I'm also getting that just up, you're going to need to apply somewhere else, because I don't see you getting this job. And if you do, no, they're just telling me no, that you're not. So anything could happen. But as far as I see it, I'm getting a no, I'm hearing a no, and then I'm getting that it was just a no on this situation. So that's what I got for you, Miss Chantel. I hope that helps. So who's next, Keena? Oh, okay. So that's what it was. You just wanted something, like you didn't really want it. You're just for the time being because you're in college. Okay. There's a lot of other places that hire for the summer. And you seem to be a little bit. You seem to have more skills than just one. And this again is for Chantel. You seem to be selling yourself short. There's something else that you could be doing. Like I feel like you're a real fashionista, or like a girl who likes to dress up. And so they're saying, did you ever think about working in like a retail store somewhere like Forever 21, or a department store? But and getting paid a little bit more money to do it. There's other restaurants that you could try. Like they're showing me different restaurants that pay more money than being a dishwasher in the back. So there's other opportunities you could get to make some more money, and so that's how they're showing it to me. So with the fashionista thing, I feel like you need to go somewhere. Like I literally see you like getting mannequins dressed, because you're so cute when you come in. They're like, hey, would you mind pulling a look together for a mannequin? Or maybe that's a part of the interview process, and you would easily get that job. So look into that, Miss Chantel, about like working in one of those places. But you're selling yourself short, and I feel like this is a divine intervention with you not getting that job. And maybe this person doesn't see you as a dishwasher type person either, and maybe they're seeing you more as a hostess type person. You would be out front, and so they're just saying you're selling yourself short, and you should look for a little higher level opportunity. Not to say that a dishwasher is a bad thing or anything like that, but they're saying there's more opportunities out there for you because of what your hopes and dreams are, because of how you see yourself. So you should try something else. So then marijuana, you want a general? All right. So let's see what we have for you. You could go ahead and go for Sheri Berry. Oh, the new deck. We can't hear you.
I'm using a new deck of playing cards that I just got. This is the one I normally use. I was showing Angie earlier. I got
Are you
2 new
getting
decks.
more used to the playing cards? Like they feel like that's your preference?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I like them all. I mean, and it really depends. Like, if somebody's asking for a reading, I just reach over and put my hand on which
Whatever they
deck.
tell you to get, exactly.
So I wasn't going to use these yet because I haven't really shuffled them. But shit's flying already.
While you're doing that, Chantel, are you a person who does little videos and stuff where you show what you wear for the day? Like you could be a very good Instagram influencer too, like somebody who puts the looks together. And like if you were a little bit more creative with your videos, you could like get a whole bunch of followers by just the looks that you wear. Because I really get that you're like a really good makeup person, a really good hair person, and you could put a whole look together very well. And so I don't know if that's the area or focus that you want to go into, like you want to be a stylist for a celebrity, but that's the vibe that they're giving me, and they wouldn't let me walk away from that. So I get that you're kind of um, the road that you're on seems to be more toward fashion, styling people, or in that entertainment industry. So I'm thinking that you should look into that or try to focus on that because you seem to be very good at putting things together like that or just taking little cute photos of yourself. So try that too. Just like, in your, spare time, like, oh, let me throw this look together and put it on. Let me show you how to do a makeup tutorial. Let me show you how to do a little hair thing. And so you could get a lot of followers and be kind of an influencer on Instagram or one
I
of those.
take makeup tips from anybody.
Exactly. Um, so the marijuana person, are you here? Let us know if you're here. If you're not here, we're gonna skip and go to the next person. We already have 10 people in the chat, people. So marijuana, are you here? Are you ready for your reading?
And
You
we've
asked
already
for a
hit
general.
100 messages.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, people. We love to see you talking in the comments. It doesn't matter. You know who's not here? Jada. Jada hasn't been here in a couple of Sundays. I saw her during the week, so she cheating us on Sunday, and she talking to somebody else during the week and not here on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
How
some
the
kind of
fuck
way.
you gonna do that?
Yes. So I haven't seen Jaded in a while. I think we scared this other little girl off who used to be in our class. Look, she came a couple times and then she was like, "I'm through with y'all." I think we scared her off because we be over the top. Oh, Tuesday. Okay, marijuana isn't here, so the next person, Keena. When we were in class on Tuesday, we did a Hey Libra Queen. We did a little meditation, and we did a little reach out to Elizabeth, the one person from our psychic squad who passed, and it was a very nice experience. I loved it.
Yeah,
It
I was
was
just
amazing.
going through my text messages and my I just opened a Cash App for my business Cash App,
Hey.
and I had a thing from Elizabeth in there, and I was like, "Oh, Elizabeth."
Oh my gosh, it's so sad. It's so
I
I
know.
burned a blue candle for her for peace right after her passing. And I just felt like, she's at peace now. So
Yeah,
I am feeling good, Miss Libra Queen. How are you feeling today? I get a little itchiness, and itchiness to me is something irritating for you. But when we get to your reading, I'll get to you. But I'm getting a little itchiness on the skin, and when something's itching, it's irritating you, or it's something that you need to pay attention to. Jasmine, that was her name, Alicia. Jasmine. I think we scared her little cute self off. She never came back. Like these people crazy. That's what happened when you break her off into a private chat. I don't know where she been. I ain't seen her in a long time, Alicia. She ain't came back. Like, listen, these people is that crazy, and I ain't never coming back. But she did not come. You hiding from your kids. Listen, I ain't even mad at you because sometimes you need to hide from them, or send them to hide, and then you just never go and find them. Hello, Miss Julie. How are you today? Love and light. All right, people. So, Monica, are you here? Did Monica say she was here? Okay, Monica is here. Libra Queen, are you eating something and you don't want to share? Listen, let me tell you, them kids can hear a rapper from 50 miles away. All they hear is this. This is what they
like
hear.
the
They like, what
dog
you
and
want?
the cheese
They,
wrapper.
they they appear like a ghost from nowhere. Like, hey, what you eating? I need some of that. Hey, Miss Linda, how are you? We are enjoying our weekend. Whenever you're ready, um, Sheri, you can go ahead and start on Miss Monica. She said general, so let me see what she wants, what she needs to know.
So interesting. All of my cards are in reverse, and my deck is very, very mixed. Like, so I find it quite interesting that all of these cards are in reverse. That means I'm reading from a standard deck.
Okay.
Okay. So I got the High Priestess in reverse as you. I've got the Four of Wands in reverse as your path, and I got the Hierophant as your potential, all in reversed. So what is it telling me? It's telling me that you're not living up to your full potential. Bam, that's exactly what I heard. Because the High Priestess, she's knowledgeable, but she sits in her power. But having it in reversed, it tells me that you're knowledgeable and you're not sitting in your power. You're not sitting in what you, brings you joy and excitement and happiness, and you're not you're not allowing yourself to experience this, which again is the Four of Wands, and then Hierophant in reserve. So you're not allowing yourself to accept the knowledge that has been sent to you. Oh my God, my eye just tripping out. You need to flip your script and understand and open yourself up to these things. Are you scared of success or are you scared of failure? Which one is it? Because if you don't move forward in doing the things that you want to do and you stay stagnant, you've made a choice to not succeed. Just if that makes any sense for you at all, Monica. I'm like, there's something that you're supposed to be doing and you're just sitting there. You can't let things just happen. You've got to work to make them happen.
So I don't know if this is along the lines, but initially when I tapped into her energy, I got darkness. So then I got like there's something she wants to do under the secrecy of night. So walk with me, Monica, and don't like if I'm totally off, let me know that I'm off. But I got like so they showed me darkness, then they showed me like that one stuff that you could pour, like you can pour it onto the skin and it becomes an outfit. So kind of like a dominatrix thing, so like a kink thing, like a kinky thing, like are you thinking about doing like a OnlyFans? And there's no judgment because, honey, if I get this stomach flat, you might see me on there dropping and popping and letting it happen. All I'm saying is, like, are you? They're making it very sexual and very dominatrixy and very under the cover of night where you don't want people to know about this secret side of you or you're not allowed like when she says that you're not living to your full potential, you're not allowing your full sexual you to come out because you're afraid of what people will think about you or how
Lots
people will
of
judge you.
naysayers.
And so I get that you are having a little hidden desire that you are not dealing with because they're literally showing it to me like as that shiny like leather material or whatever that stuff is that you would pour on your body to make a suit that would be molded to you. And then
Latex.
that latex.
Not that I would know any of that.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. And so I'm getting that you're kind of into something under the cover, but you don't want people to know. And this is a sexual desire that you're hiding because you don't know that people will accept it. And they're saying if you're around the right people and you all are on the same mind and you all are on the same, level in that where it's okay. Like people won't judge you. So that's what I'm getting. Listen, that's what Alicia said. Girl, people pay for the freaks for real. And so there's no judgment there, like if that's what you want to do. But that's what's coming out for me. Like you're hiding a part of yourself and it's really suppressing you. But it seems like it's something that's growing that you can't kind of keep hidden for long. Like you either gonna have to let it go and let it move through, or it's really gonna keep messing you up at night. And so I don't want to get on here talking about them sites that you can go to where people you can see stuff, but you seem to
Pulse.com,
be very much into
colony.com,
your sexuality.
that
And so
life. Oh,
they're saying
not that I
be
know
free.
any of these.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying is this is what I heard about or what I've seen when I've been on the internet. Not that I know what any of these sites do. So what I'm saying is they're saying you need to go ahead and explore your sexuality and allow yourself to be free without feeling like you should be judged. And whoever's judging you probably don't need to be in your presence anyway. But go ahead and allow that to be free. So that's what I'm getting for you. It's like you need to. It's like you're having a your sexuality is being heightened right now for you, and so maybe you got yourself into a way physically that you need, that you like, and you think that you're really attractive, and so now your sexuality is heightened. But there is really a really big like sexual presence that's going on, or that is coming up in your reading. I don't get anything else but that. And so I don't know if you're if I'm on the spot or not because you're not responding, but that's what I'm getting. And then you could be like, oh my God, no, she done told all my business. But either way, that's what I'm getting for you. Is like you really need to explore your sexual side and allow yourself to be free without judgment. So that's what I got for you. Everyone
Yeah.
has a kink. Don't
And
feel bad about it. Hello, exactly,
Monica,
exactly.
if um
And you get paid to whip people. People like for you to do stuff like that. So I've been told.
I don't know, Angie's people, you know, called me out. So
LMT said there's no shame in sexuality. Exactly. As long as you and
there's
your partner are in agreement with it, whatever y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. And nobody has to come into your bedroom, but they're saying you need to be with somebody who's respectful of whatever your desires are. Awesome.
and as long as it's safe, sane, and consensual, which is the three rules of that lifestyle. I used to be in that lifestyle many, many years ago. So as long as what you're doing is safe, sane, and consensual, you're you're fine. If you
Miss
have
Linda said,
questions, message
"How does
me.
our Miss Innocent Sherry knows anything about it?" She does not.
But if you have questions about it, message me.
Look, Miss Linda said it ain't no secret no more, but hell, no judgment here. Listen, be free, honey, be free. Do it like you want to do it. Because listen, like I said, I get this stomach flat. You might see you be like, Angie, I got another page. It's a secret page. It ain't A5, it's A something else. And it might listen, I might be dropping it and popping it. And if you make enough, listen, I heard you make a lot on OnlyFans. This is what I just been told. I ain't never been on in the Explorer. I'm just telling you what I've been told is that you can make some good money. And let me get this stomach flat. I'm be on there like, hey, what you doing?
You don't even need to have your stomach flat to make good money on those sites.
Or so I've been told. Like they like just do what you want to do. Like listen. There was a lady, and literally this is somebody else. This isn't me because if it was me, well, I wouldn't tell y'all anyway because I don't want y'all on there. But she said that she would just literally put on lingerie like a robe and she would just be cooking in her kitchen and make it bank because people just like to be voyeurs like that. But I was telling somebody else about that just in general, like, we like to see how something comes together. Like, oh, I started with wash day, and then at the end it ended up being a beautiful hairdo. So we like to watch people do things, and we like to be inside people's lives. And so watching, we're very voyeuristic society. We like to see how things are done. I'd rather you show me than sometimes tell me. And so again, I'm a person that's show and tell. You show me versus telling me that you love me. And so these may be things that you need to um look at. Like I said, we're very voyeuristic. I hate masking.
People will actually pay for you to sit around plants and put your feet next to a plant. I mean, there's that.
Oh, she says she's been always been authentic. So when they show it to me, it seems like it's something that you've kind of kept to yourself, Miss Monica. And so I'm just getting that like maybe you just have only revealed it to certain people. Not that you care, but these are like this is an intimate setting for you, so you only reveal it to certain people. And they're saying like it seems to be heightening in you, like this sexual desire seems to be heightening in you. And so just go ahead and allow that to happen. So I don't know if I'm actually on point or anything, but that was the only message that I got from you. Literally, it was under the cover of darkness, and that could have just been like the darkness of the industry or the darkness of how people think. Because they immediately when I tapped into your energy, they showed me night, and so nighttime for me is secrecy. You don't want people to know something that you're doing, or that you're like you're trying to move in silence. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that there's shame to it. It just means that maybe everybody doesn't get to see this side of me. And for the people that do, it's a treat. And so that's how I'm getting it. All right. So who's next, Keena? I done totally forgot what you told her because all I kept seeing was just whoa, hello somebody. I'm not mad at it.
I am mad at it.
Who's next, Keena? Lord help the child.
Welcome. Things get better for me.
Meaning you are the person who, like, you're a supervisor over these people. Is how I'm getting it. Um, I get that you're a little bit too nice immediately. So I got kind of like a stepping stone. Like people are not necessarily that they're walking over you, but you're going to have to, you know how that one time you have to kind of set somebody straight. Like people think that you're nice and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, you know, she's always nice. She's always smiling. And then somebody try you and you have to put them back. Not necessarily put them back in your place, but you have to let them know that I have a boundary and you've crossed it. And so I feel like you're going to have to assert your boundary in this situation and let them know that this is what it is and this is how it is. But then you're going to have to be consistent with the decisions that you make. So I get you in a supervisor role. Is that what you're saying? Like you said, the staff are hard to get along with. So is that what the problem is? Yes, you are nice. Um, when I say what advice do you have for Yvette, I heard drop the hammer. Like you only have to do one. Like I feel like you just have one time where you have to let people know what your boundaries are, let what your expectations are, and then they'll step back because people again try you when they think that they can walk over you. Like, oh, Angie's so nice, she did, she that. Well, I don't know if I get Angie so nice all the time, but you know what I'm saying. People will think that you're just like Miss Lavita, like she's so sweet and sugary and nice that people may think that they can walk over her. But when you get to know Lavita, she's strong minded, she's strong willed, and her abilities are strong. And so a lot of times people see you as a certain way and then they try you because they think they can get over on you. And then you have to decide, you have to set your boundary and be like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. Like I'm a very firm person, or I'm a lady. You ain't gonna talk to me like that unless we've established a relationship where that is the kind of conversation we have. But initially, when I meet you, you're not just gonna come out the door talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. Establish yourself as whatever, however you want them to see you, and then be consistent in that role of setting that boundary and not letting them cross it. She says you're a housekeeper and other housekeepers are rude. Exactly. And so, like, I don't know. Are you getting more accolades than somebody? Are you getting more hours than somebody? Are you getting something that is above them? Because I see them here and I see you rising a little bit above. And so there may be some jealousy because I'm getting the Seven of Swords immediately. And so there may be some people talking behind your back or saying things or plotting against you. So make sure that you are very much aware of the things that are going on and who you talk to and who you confide in. Again, you're such a nice person. Like you share things like, oh, you know, if you do this, then it's an easier way to do this. And instead, maybe you should just keep it to yourself because these people don't seem to be friendly. And then have you been thinking about jumping ship, like going to another place of employment? So I'm getting that too. You just started yesterday.
They're just breaking you in. They're just seeing what you're made of.
So establish that boundary. So in one day, you've already decided that they've been extremely rude to you. And again, you're the new person, so they may think that you know something that you don't know, as far as like you know the process or you know how things are due. Not everybody is welcoming when you're a new person coming in. Like at one of my jobs, I deal with people who are checking out, who are leaving from our facility a lot. And you know, I approach everybody, good morning, how are you doing today? Blah 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 blah, and then they're really rude, they're really short, and they move on. And they have established a pattern of this is the way they are. So it could be a language thing too for me. For the people that I deal with, there's a lot of different people with different languages that come in. So it could be a language barrier where they just don't care about my greeting and all they know is I need their name. And so they just say their name, blah, blah, blah. And then they move on out the door. They don't care about my greeting. They don't care about my little jokes and my little casualties. They just want to be in and out. Again, it could be a language thing, it could be a cultural thing, or it could just be that they're having a bad day. And so there's some people, even though I know that this way, I still greet them the same. Good morning, how are you today? Um, and then move forward with and let them respond however they want to respond. So that's what I'm getting for you. Um, Go ahead, Sheri.
So I got a 6 of diamonds, a 9 of clubs, and a 7 of diamonds. And the 6 of diamonds says make good decisions and be on the right path. The 9 of clubs is um, reaping rewards of work and making sense of your path. And then the 7 of diamonds is lies, deceit, falsehood, and troubles. So just new people, and they're gossiping about you, and to be honest, like, it's none of your business what they think of you ultimately. I mean, and here's the other thing is, does it really matter what they think of you as opposed to what you think of you?
She says they're picking on everything she did, and I kind of got that indication of like maybe there's a set way that they do things. Like maybe they do the schedule this way, maybe they do the process this way. So like when people come to our facility, they're supposed to bring in one cart in exchange for their full cart. So you bring in an empty cart in exchange for your full cart. And so not a lot of people do that. So when they come in, I'm like, oh, did you forget your cart? And they'll be like, oh, I didn't know. And so it's not that I'm picking on them because they didn't. I approach it in a loving situation and say, hey, did you forget your cart? We appreciate when you bring in your cart to replace the full cart with the empty cart. And so what it is they just may not have the tact, or they may not know that you don't know what the normal process is. It seems like maybe there's already a way that they do things. Like we do it in this order, we do it at this time, we do it this way. We start with this part and we do it that way. And so it may be just getting on track with understanding how their process is. And so now they are talking, but they're and I don't know that it's necessarily in a abusive way, but in a way of does she know what she's doing? Does she understand what the process is? And it just could be because you haven't learned the process. And so instead of approaching you with love, like I do, and say, hey, did you forget your cart? Or do you know we appreciate when you bring in a cart? They went into the negative side of it. And so it could be you just finding out what the normal process is or how to do it in a meaningful way or in the way that they're used to be doing. So again, if it's people that are picking on you and this is not a place that you want to go, listen, with housekeeping, people are always looking for somebody to come in. Like I went on TaskRabbit looking for somebody to come and do cleaning. And do you know I have 4 people cancel? Like the appointment would be set, the money would be ready to go, and they would refund my money because a person would either not take the job, have not show up or something like that. So housekeeping, those are other things you can look at, like TaskRabbit or any of those cleaning services online, where you're scheduled to come into somebody's house and do whatever it is on your time, on your money. So you're the paid person and you get the money. And then a lot of times, once you come through that first time, they make an arrangement with you where they don't have to go back through the TaskRabbit or the app that you went through in order for you to get the money. Or they just set up a regular assignment, like, oh, well, can you come back every Wednesday and I'll pay you this amount of money? And then you're not going through the app paying the extra fees. So if this part of housekeeping isn't working for you, there's many different ways that you can do it. And so what they're showing me is you climbing out of the box and thinking outside of the box and different things that you could do or different ways that you can make money where you don't have to go through the agency or whoever it is that you're working through, and you could be your own business person, or you know what I'm saying, you can schedule your own jobs and do whatever you want to do. So that's what I'm getting for you, Miss Yvette, and I hope that helps. Higher level of clientele is what I'm hearing. Also, you want somebody who's a little bit more consistent, who wants this every week. Like, oh, okay, I want this not every week, I want this every month, and they're consistent about their pay, they're consistent about your schedule, and they're consistent about you showing up. They're showing me something with your nails. Were your nails long? And they were saying something about the length of your nails. Because they're showing me like long nails with a lot of colors on them. So was there some kind of talk about your nails? And I don't know what that yes is in the comments, but there seems to be something that they were like maybe the way that you look, like maybe you came in a little bit too glamorous to be doing stuff like that. So maybe that's what the issue is that maybe you came in a little bit too glamorous and they didn't think that you were serious about doing the job or that you were going to do the job. People pass judgment really quickly, and then when they get to know you, they let you know that um once they get to know you, they change what they thought. Because a lot of people will be like, "Oh my God, I saw you online. I thought you were mean. I was afraid to ask you a question because you seem to be this or that." And then when they got to know me, they're like, "Oh no, you're actually funny." I know. Oh, so that could be what it is. And so, hello, will my art YouTube channel be successful? All right, so Miss Yvette, I hope that helps you. Yes, your nails are long, so they're showing me the nails, and so I feel like they judged you on everything, your entire appearance. Like you didn't come in looking like you were ready to work. You came in looking like maybe you were a guest or something like that. And so they judged everything because they're specifically showing me the nails. And I don't know if there's any code or anything against having your nails done or anything like that, but that's what they're highlighting for me is your nails and the pretty colors of it. For the people who are asking how somebody else feels about you in love, I do not tap into other people's energy about love. I can give you a general love reading, but I will not tell you how somebody else feels because they may not want you to know. And if you really wanted to know, you could just ask them. So if your question is regarding how somebody else feels about you, I will not tap into their energy, but I will give you a general love reading about your love life. Okay. All right. So who's next, Keena? And there are tons of people who will do a love reading for you. I'm just not the person that's going to do it in that capacity. Exactly, exactly. And this is another thing I say about people. You want to know how somebody feels about you. Like it, I feel like this. You'll know if somebody likes you. They are consistent with you. And I say this all the time. If they responding to your text? Are they responding to your call? Do you feel safe in the relationship? Because if you're getting naked with somebody and you don't know how they feel, maybe you should stop getting naked about them and make them define where we're going. Are we just hooking up? Are we trying to move forward? And then you should know, like, if you're coming to ask me, you already have a gut feeling or you already have a doubt about it. Lean into that. That's that intuition that's letting you know that you are not being treated in a manner that you prefer. Like maybe you don't want to just hook up, you want it to be something solid, but you're dealing with the hookup until it gets to where you want it to be because you see it through rose-colored glasses and you want it to be something that is not. And so what they're saying, so that's what I'm getting for you. I haven't gotten to your question yet, but I'm getting that you should. Okay, for the health question, I do not like doing health readings. I will do a general reading for you, but I don't like to do health questions at all. And don't you work like at a doctor at a medical facility, honey? I really don't like to do any predictions on anybody's health. That is something that you should share with your medical professional. But I will go ahead and give you a general reading. Exactly. Miss Linda said if a person has feeling for you, you'll know. So you can go ahead and start with Sheri Beery. Hey Sheri, this other Sheri that's in there. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and give you does Willie Lump love me? Exactly. I hate those questions. I hate when people come on here and ask me if this person loves me. You should know if you're coming on here to ask, it's because you already have an inclination that this person isn't treating you correctly. All right. So I'm gonna pull cards on this one because I feel like I'm trying to sift through what I already know about you personally, and I'm not getting any information about it. Um, and you want a specific, like, is a test result going to be this or that? I feel like that's what it is. Like you've had a test and you're wanting to know, are the results going to be this or that? Go ahead, Miss Sheri.
Okay, so I got like a situation is stagnant and you're waiting for change. And I was doing like a general health kind of thing, but I did not get that. And then I got that's the Four of Hearts. Then I got the Two of Spades, and it's like balance and an agreement. And this is more like a work reading. And then the King of Diamonds is about money and wisdom and things flowing into you. It's like a man in authority. There's somebody that has authority over you, but he's wise. Please listen to him. He's trying to give you good advice. And I know as women, Sometimes we get really stubborn and be like, that man does not know any shit. But sometimes we really do need to listen to what they have to offer. This person, I really do think it's a man that's trying to provide you with some inside information and you're just kind of blowing it off. And that's what I'm kind of seeing, like it's just blowing it off. Anyways, that's what I got. So you're waiting for change and you're waiting for information, and then this just flew out. This is the 10 of Hearts, and it's saying that you'll have the happiness that you're looking for, because this is a happy family, all relationships, health, and um, complete. Like everything's going to be complete. I hope that makes sense for you.
Okay. So this seems to be something that is onset, could be onset suddenly, and it has to do with the stimuli or everything that's going around you. Like I feel like there's a lot of arrows being thrown at you from different directions. Like I have to deal with a family situation, I have to deal with a work situation, I have to do a finance situation, I have to do with a kid situation, I have to deal with a car situation, with a house situation. So there's all these things that are coming to you at once, and you're normally you seem to be a poised person who always is able to handle everything. But when it's all coming to you at once, it's a little bit overwhelming because they show me the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords is that's in your head. You're thinking. It's like, okay, you're seeing yourself all the way rolling downhill. You're taking a little pebble and you're making it a big, 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 big mountain that is in your way. And so it seems to be that you're there's this is an anxiety thing, like you're having night sweats, or you're getting your heart rate up really hard, really fast. So this seems to be a very much an anxiety thing, but it seems to be dealing with outside stimuli, and you need to adjust how you deal with things. Like the normal way that you used to deal with things doesn't seem to be working, or seems to be something that you need to retire and pick up a different way of dealing with people, or a different way of moving forward. I do feel like a lot of this has to do with your job situation, and you not feeling stable in that situation and wondering what your next move is. And then I got the Sun card. So the Sun card was came out in the reverse. The Sun card is one of the best cards in the deck, because that's like freedom, achievement, that's success. That is just, you feeling great. But it came out in the reverse, and I asked you to stay in the reverse. It said yes, because you're diminishing your own success. You're calling in the negativity by keeping your mindset on the things, instead of seeing it like, you know what, this is going to be handled. My higher power, my savior, my Lord, however you refer to your higher power, can take on this. You seem to, gosh, and they don't want me. And you don't seem to be speaking up in your natural voice, because they keep giving me this tickle in my throat, or they keep making me cough. So you don't seem to be speaking up in your natural voice because you're tired. You're worn, you're tired, and you're tired of one issue after another issue after another issue after another issue. It seems like as soon as you get everything on set, then there's another issue. And then you get everything set, and then there's another issue. And so you're like, when does it ever freaking end? And so now you're seeing it as your whole world crumbling apart. Like, okay, well, if I don't have this job, or if I don't do this, then how am I going to make ends meet? And then I'm going to depend on this, and then this and this. And so you're taking a scenario, a current scenario, and you're taking it all the way to the end, to doomsday. And this is your thought process. And so you're diminishing your success and your sunshine and your growth and your achievement by thinking, by concentrating on the negative. And this does not seem to be your normal way of operating. But because so many things are coming to you at once, and you have to make so many decisions so fast, like they're showing me just like a calendar, and it's moving like this, and like the dates are passing by like this, and each day is a decision that you have to make, and you're just not ready. You're not given enough time to make it, and things seem to be moving very, very fast for you. So you're weary and you're worn, and it's also taking effect on you physically. Like you just don't want to get up, you just don't want to deal with people. And so what they're saying is you do need the rest, most definitely. But also with this work situation, if you're not happy there, then make your exit and go to someplace else and move on. And so that seems to be the main source of your anxiety, because if I don't have this job, or if they lied to me about this, what else are they lying to me about? And how do I move myself forward from this situation in a positive light? Like, is the reputation with this place torn and irreparable in a place where I cannot move forward? Or is this something that we can talk out and then we can move forward? But there seems to be a lack of trust right there. And once somebody breaks your trust, you seem to be like, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to roll back into that, and the relationship will never be the same. So it may be time for you to just move on. Again, I think when we gave the reading, it was saying like, okay, this is what you asked for. You asked for abundance, you asked for it like this, but you didn't think that it would happen in that way. Like you didn't think it would happen with you leaving your job. You thought it would be like we always have the idea in mind, like, oh, I want to make more money. So we think that the money's just coming in. And so what you're saying is it may be just a catalyst that you needed to move on anyway because they weren't valuing you. I get a devalue, not necessarily a devaluing, but they don't understand the value that you bring to the company. And so they don't appreciate you in the way that you should be appreciated based on the skills that you bring to the table. So all of your health issues seem to be stemming from outside stimuli that is causing you anxiety, sweat. Like I get really, really like night sweats or waking you up at night and you're mulling over what you need to do. And they're saying, are you saying that your higher power isn't strong enough to take care of this situation to you? Are you saying that all these people and all these things that are coming to you are more powerful than your God and the things that in a belief system that you have? Because if you truly believed in your belief system the way you do, you would know that none of these things have the power to overcome you in any way. You're a praying person, you're a believing person. And so, what you have to do is allow your higher power to work on your behalf and not think, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, what you go do is you go come to me. This is your God. You're going to come to your higher power and ask them what your next step is. You're going to ask them how to proceed so that you can deal with each thing or they can move these obstacles out of your way. Because what I see is them wiping the slate clean, getting all this stuff out of the way. But have you come to them, or did you just let all the things that were coming towards you, sort of overwhelm you to the point where you just bit and you didn't go your normal route? Because I really get like this is really out of character for how you would normally respond to the stimuli, but it's so many things at once. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, this happened, that happened. Like they're showing me a number of things and they're happening back to back to back. And you have to make a decision on all of them. As soon as you make one decision, it's another decision, and you're just really mentally tired. And so, what you need to do is ask your spirit God, how do I find rest? How do I rest in the chaos? How do I find solitude in the chaos? And then allow them to give you that solitude, because sometimes we'll ask, they'll give it to us, and then we'll fight against it. Like, no, I don't want to rest. I don't know how many times I've had to tell y'all that when they want me to rest, they'll tell me to rest, and then I don't rest, and then they'll tell me to rest again, and then eventually I'll end up injured. Like I'll fall, I'll have to sit down. I'll get so tired where I can't go in, and so my people are very specific. When you need a rest, they come and make me get the rest, and so you have to ask, how do I rest in the chaos? Like I asked a couple weeks ago, how do I wait productively? And boy, did they ramp it up where I was productive at work. Like my work schedule went crazy, or my work flow at my main job went crazy. And so all of the things that I had been mulling over, like when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? Oh, excuse me. I never even thought about those things because I was so busy at work. So when I asked how to wait productively, I don't think I'll be asking that again. I get it because they like, oh, we can show you how to wait productively. We can give you so much work that those things don't even come across your mind. And so what they're saying is you need to ask them how you can wait, how you can find solitude in the calm. Like this is a personal thing that you need to work on because it's a growth thing for you. Because I feel like you've prayed to be like, you know what? How can I deal with these situations better, or how can I grow emotionally, and things like that. And so these are the, like, we have a way in our mind that we think it should be, and it's not that way for you. They're doing it a different way, so they're taking you to the next level. So these are two things. One, think about your career focus and where you could go and other opportunities that are available for you. And that I always get that travel for you, and that you're like, they show me you opening the door and sticking your foot out the door, but you won't place it down on the ground to make that move to leave the city that you're in, or to make the move to get out of that area. And so you have the desire and you want to explore, but you won't put your feet on the ground and start the movement forward to get out of the area that you're in for whatever reason. And it may be just your family ties. It may be just that you feel this is a safe space for you, and you haven't gotten the courage up to go ahead and explore and move on. But I can tell you that moving was the best thing that I did for me, my child, and the rest of us. Like we enjoyed the move, and so consider leaving your area and exploring somewhere else that where you're kind of on your own and nobody's judging you based on who they know, but who you are right now. Because a lot of times people see you as the child like you and they don't see you as the adult you, and so they're still handling you like you're the child person when you're an adult person, and so you may just need that anonymity to go somewhere else and explore other opportunities. And so what I'm getting is that explore. You need to explore. This person is on a horse ready to go. This is the sun shining on them. This is that flag. This is that power. If you see everything in this car, this is saying a lot to you. Get on that horse and get ready to go. You have the freedom. This little kid on here, it's freedom and success. That red is that power, and that sunshine is is like that higher power shining down on you. Just are you ready to take the steps? And what I heard was, don't come and ask me if you're not ready to move. Like, don't come and ask me how can you move forward, and then when I tell you how to move forward, you don't want to move forward. So they're saying, unless you're ready to put some action in it, don't come asking me what to do. And then I'm getting Aunt Carolyn in there. She's coming forward, and you know how she fuss, and she's like, "Girl, what is you waiting on? Like, you know better." Like literally, I hear her saying, "What are you waiting on?" She's ready to fuss. She's ready to let you have it because you're not living in your power. You're allowing these situations, because there are a lot of them, to break you down to something less than what you are. And she knows you to be a strong individual. She knows you to be a person who speaks your mind. And you seem to let this situation or all the things that are happening quiet you down. So, like, that kink in my throat is gone now, because they're saying you need to speak up. You need to speak your mind. And you don't have to be nasty about it, but you know how to get somebody told without getting them told. And so Aunt Carolyn is coming up in right now, and she's just looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like literally looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? And how are you going to move forward in this situation when you have such a strong ancestral team behind you? Like, how dare you waver in this situation when you have such a strong female empowered ancestral team behind you that can help you out at any time if you call on them. So that's what I got for you. And like, your health things doesn't seem to be anything that is very significant. It seems to be, again, from outside stimuli coming in and causing you issues or causing you to break down. And so what they're saying is, stand in your power. You know, come back to where you are, know who you are, look in the mirror and remember who you are. And so I definitely see her talking or speaking to you in that strong voice. So Aunt Carolyn is here. And I feel like she's been trying to get in contact with you, or that you've been dreaming about her. Or is there something that she used to cook that you wanted to cook? That's her trying to reach out to you, and you not getting the stimuli. You not getting the message. You not understanding that this is her coming to help you, coming to shield you, coming to provide that protection for you on the other side. So is there a dish that she's made that you are trying to cook, or that you, because they're taking me back to the kitchen on Foss. We're sitting at the kitchen, or she's in the kitchen cooking, and there's something that she used to cook that you either want, or that you're having a taste for, or that you're craving, and you don't understand why. And that's her saying, "I'm here." That's her acknowledging, letting you know that her presence is there. So can you tell me if there's something or a food or something that you've been craving that she wants? Because I'm in the kitchen. I'm in her kitchen on Foss Avenue, and I see, you know what I'm saying, her in the kitchen preparing something. Okay, you're trying to figure out what the meal is. So it seems to be something that's in a pan that maybe she bakes, maybe it's a cake or something like that. Maybe it's the way she makes her cornbread. There's something specific about this specific dish and the way that she did it. Everybody else could do it, but there's the way that she did it. And that's what you're trying to figure out. And she's trying to get you the information that you need. And it's kind of like, well, why don't you remember how to get it done? Or you can taste the ingredients in there. Like, you know how to do this. Where's your confidence? But she wants you to know that her presence is there and that she is trying to reach you. You're just not leaning into it. And so when you get those inklings about this meal, or when you get these inklings about wanting this food that she wants, lean in. Sit down and have a quiet space where you just drink some lemonade. Like, I feel like a lemonade is something, or having a nice glass of something to drink is something that you would do at her house. You would come there, you would get your glass of water, or you get your glass of whatever, and you would sit and talk to her at the table about whatever it is, or just laugh and joke. And so you need to find a space where you can have some alone time with your glass of whatever it is that you're drinking. And they're showing me lemonade specifically. Like there's a certain way she made lemonade too. And is it lemon cake? Is there a yellow cake or something that she made that like it was a very simple thing that it was in a pan? I see a silver pan and I see what looks like it may be a cake, and you're thinking like, oh, it was such a simple thing, but it was such a good thing. Like I'm getting a moisture and a goodness to it. Or is it a pound cake that she used to make? There's something that you're trying to do that she used to do. And so they're saying, get in a space, like get in a chair, get your drink, and just sit and talk to her and allow her to talk to you and take everything that you're receiving as a image from her or as a sign from her, and don't throw it out like, oh, a song came up that she used to like, oh, a food that she used to like, a place that we used to go. Take all of those things as her communicating with you, because they have to communicate with you on a level that you're ready to receive from. And so you just haven't understood that the association with the food that you're wanting or craving or trying to understand is her saying, I'm here. Okay? So that's what I got for you. You said I've been making both. Oh, what is that? Those are good. Can't hear you. And so what we're saying is, I am man, I never met Aunt Carolyn because she the type of person. Listen, cooking it up. Exactly, Miss Alicia. Alicia says she glad she never met Aunt Carolyn because she seems like the type of aunt cooking. Yes. Aunt Carolyn, for me, like if Aunt Carolyn wanted me to remember something, it would be her pineapple cake. Aunt Carolyn used to make a pineapple cake for me for my birthday that I loved. Her and our grandma used to make a pineapple cake. And so if she wanted me, if it was a food that I would be craving, it would be that pineapple cake because that's what she used to make. Okay. And so that would be something that you would like that would be my memory for Aunt Carolyn as far as food. All right. Oh, and another thing, like when we used to barbecue over Granny house, Aunt Carolyn would be there, and so her and Mama would be outside on the grill. And when Mama would leave, she would take a piece of meat off the grill, and she would sneak it to me and Keisha, and then we would go around the side of the house and eat the food because we weren't supposed to have it. And so by the time we done ate almost a half a slab of ribs while they were cooking because she would just tear that piece of meat off, and then we all sneak around the corner and eat it. So those are the memories. So if those food things come up for me, then that's who's trying to reach me, Aunt Carolyn, in that way. You know what? I did want some barbecue this weekend and some fish. Keena said, I love her yellow cake with chocolate icing. So those are the things that they want you to know. Take those memories and understand that when you're feeling those things, that is your loved one on the other side trying to reach you. And once you understand that that's what that is, then they can expand the way that they reach you and the way that they talk to you and the way that they keep trying to get to you and get messages to you. Okay. So that's what it is. She's just trying to reach out to you to help you because you seem a little bit overwhelmed, or to tell you to hell with these people. Like, you know how Aunt Carolyn be like, I don't give a damn about these people. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it the way that I want to do. And so what she's telling you is to stand in your voice. Use your voice. Allow your voice to speak for you and be ready to move forward. So all these things that are going there, she's saying like, or your higher power is saying, line them up. There's 10 things that you have to tackle. So write them down. Boom, boom, boom. This is how I think this should move forward. This is how I should move that move forward. Did you see my comment about seeing someone? Y'all so on love. Okay. So, and I have to say this again. A lot of times when we end one long situation, we don't want to take that time to get to know who we are outside of that situation. You just ended one situation and you're ready to just jump back in with another situation because you're trying to replace the feeling that you lost. And what we're getting is get to know who you are personally as a single person before you jump right back in the saddle and try to find somebody else, because you still have the residual effects of that other relationship. You're coming into the new thinking, oh, I wanna, but you're comparing everything to your last relationship. And they're saying, get to know you. Don't be afraid to know who you are as a single person outside of the situation. Give it some time. This is when this was finalized. So give it some time to work through all those emotions, because all you're doing is taking them to the next situation and taking them to the next situation. So you're not without suitors. You're not without people who are trying to find you. The problem is when you get into the thick of it, you have so much baggage from the relationship that you have not healed or that you have not dealt with, that you don't move all the way forward, because it's like, okay, well, I'm ready to move forward, but you have these apprehensions because of your previous relationship, or you have these apprehensions because of the things that you dealt with in your last relationship. And what they're saying is allow some time for yourself before you jump right back into it. I can't stop you from doing it. And I know you're not going to listen to me because as soon as a man approach you, you go jump right into it because you've had multiple since then. And what they're saying is you need to relax and allow yourself to understand who you are at this stage of your life. If you've been married or you've been in a relationship for a very long time, once you leave that relationship, you have to let all the residual effects of that relationship die so that you don't carry them right hotly into a new relationship. So if I break up with somebody in May and then June I jump into something else, I still have all the residual effects of that previous relationship riding with me. I may say that I don't, but say this person doesn't text me back at 8 o'clock like the other person didn't text me back. Now I'm side eyeing this person like, oh, okay, he a liar. Say this person can't make it or they have to cancel at the last minute. Oh, you're inconsistent. I'm bringing in all that other relationship stuff because I haven't fully given myself time to discover who I am and how I feel and what I should have learned from that relationship. What are my lessons from that past relationship? Remember, a divorce or a separation of a relationship, a long term relationship is like a death. And so with a death, you have to give it time to grieve. When you jump right into something else, you're missing the grieving process and going right into something else that feels that need or that gives you that same level or gives you what you thought you were trying to get from that other relationship. So what you need is to go ahead and grieve it and then move forward. So right now the focus should be on like all these things that you have going on and the one and you want to know, is there a relationship coming? Are you ready for a relationship in the light of everything you're doing? If a man came to you with all the obligations and the things that you're going through on his behalf, would you think that he's somebody that's dateable? Do I want to deal with his ex do I want to deal with his work situation? Do I want to deal with his emotional situation? So once you get all of those things under control, then you're a viable candidate for somebody. But right now you have so many things going on and you're wanting the relationship because you wanting somebody to swoop in and come and save you and take care of it. They'll supply the money. They'll supply the hugs. They'll supply the romance that I need. And what they're saying is no, you need to decide how you can do this on your own. You need to find out who you are at the end of this relationship before you jump into another one. And a lot of times we don't do that. So give yourself some leisure time to figure out who you are and not bring all this residual stuff into your new relationship. Can I get a read after my school daycare? About your school daycare? I'm assuming that's what you want. All right, Keena. So who's the next person? You see someone in your kitchen in a white shirt. That could be like you mean you spiritually see somebody? Oh, seeing someone spiritually, girl, I don't went into a whole relationship thing. So you see someone, it could be a loved one. Just ask the spirit who it is. You can ask. Like when I was in the bathroom the other day getting my face ready to come on live one night, I saw a spirit there and I just said, is there a spirit? They say yes. I said, who is it? And they told me who it was. You can question the spirit. You don't have to be afraid of it. If you see somebody in the kitchen, who are you? And then if they don't want to tell you, then you say that you're not welcome here and you have to go. You control the spirit. The spirit doesn't control you. If you don't want them in your house, go ahead and get some sage and get them out of there. But if you want to truly know who it is, just ask the spirit, who are you? And so allow them to tell you who it is. They're not showing me who it is. And I get a masculine energy, but I don't think it's a male. I get a masculine energy. And I do get a closeness or an intimacy. So it seems to be a relative of yours. So just ask who it is. That's what I would do. I would just ask who it is. That's how I do it all the time. Who is this? Is there somebody here? What do you want? Like, how am I going to find out who you are, what you want, if I don't ask a question? Like, if somebody comes to your door and knocks on the door, you're not going to go to a psychic and be like, why is this person at my door? You're going to open the door and be like, what is it that you want? Who are you? So if you have somebody in your house, in your space, then you say, who is this? What do you want? And if they're not responding to you, then you say, you're not welcome here. And you get them and you tell them they have to go. And then sometimes they'll speak up and let you know. You'll get an image. Maybe you'll see a movie. Maybe you'll get a feeling. Maybe so. Remember, when you ask a question, all these different ways they can come. It may not be a voice that tells you, "Hey, I'm Aunt Carolyn," or "Hey, I'm Grandma such and such." It could be like you get a memory of this person, or you get a smell of their perfume, or a smell of the cigarettes, or you get something else. When my dad comes around a mediumship, a lot of time he comes up with the smell of alcohol. People say, "Oh, I get the smell of alcohol," and then I'll know, "Oh, that's my dad because he drank a lot." And to me, he smelled like stale liquor. And so that's how I know that my dad is in the midst for somebody else. For me, he just speaks directly to me because we've opened that line of communication in the afterlife. But until you establish that line of communication, then you just ask, and then you allow the way that they're responding to you to let you know who it is. Like, is it a memory that came up? Is it a song that came up? Is it a craving for a food? Is it an image? Is it a vision? What is it that they're showing you? So as soon as you ask, they'll tell you. They're just saying, and it could be a guide for you. It could be somebody that's coming through to help you, because I feel like you're praying and you're asking, how do I get out of this situation? And how do I move forward in a positive light? Because you seem to be very much wanting to move on in peace and tranquility. Like, you don't want to thrive in this situation. And so this is somebody coming in to help you. So it could be a deceased loved one, but it could just be a guide or a higher power that is coming to help you. So I hope that helps you. Who's next, Keena? Because we got 12 on there. You know, I got to go get Brandon, and that time will dwindle. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Sheri Berry's in the background too. She's back, Keena. Sheri, where you go? Like, did you go get some food? Because my stomach is growling. Y'all, I want some fish so bad, some catfish. I was watching Girlfriends yesterday, and they kept eating catfish the whole time, and all I want is some nice catfish. Like, I want to go to a place. So if there's anybody, Keena, you cooking catfish? If there's anybody who knows a place where I can go and I can get ribs and chicken and fish in the same place, that's good. Like, nice, nice, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a for real barbecue place, but then they also got catfish and they got chicken. If you know some place in Arizona where I can go get that, let me know. Some good barbecue, some good chicken, and some good catfish, let me know. All right, people? Will I ever find love and someone to marry? Let me tell you, the way you approach that question is the reason that you do not have anybody. You have a lack mentality. The first thing they showed me was the Five of Pentacles, and that's you feeling like you've been left out, like love has passed you by, and that you don't know. So let me say this. If I took my magic wand and waved it for you, Miss Angie, would you know what you want your person to be like? Do you want them tall? Do you want them short? Do you want them funny? Do you want him nerdy? Do you want him to be a athletic person? Do you want somebody big? If I was to wave my magic wand and say, boom, what characteristic do you want? Do you want him to be a person who is very intellectual? Do you want him to be like, do you know what you want? The universe can't provide you what you don't tell them you want. So immediately I get I want to be in love, but I haven't even defined what love looks like to me. So for me, I know what my love language is based on the situations that I've had in the past. I know that for me, in order for me to know that you're authentic and that you are interested in me, you return my text. You want to spend time with me. You call me. You listen to the things that I say, and you remember things like, oh, her favorite food is this, or oh, she doesn't like this kind of food. So you understand the things that I like because you pay attention to me. And so I know that my love language is action. You doing things or showing me that you love me. I'm not a person who needs to hear I love you a lot. I need you to show me that you love me. So for one, do you know what your love language is, Miss Angie? And then for two, do you know what that person looks like what you want them to be? And a lot of times people will be like, oh, I don't care what he look like. And then you get somebody that's 3 feet, or you know what I'm saying? You get somebody that's totally outside of your realm of what you want them to look like visually because you said you don't care. I very much care. I like you to be taller than me. I like you to look like this. I like you to look like that. And so I'm very specific. And am I cutting down on the chances that I have? Yes. I'm weeding out the people that are not necessarily in my life. You know what I'm saying? Before we even go there, oh, you a person that does this, then we can't roll with it. You're a person that does that, we can't roll with it. And so, yes, I am weeding out the bad people by setting the guidelines that I want. So, have you determined what your love language is? And are you a dateable person? Are you ready for that kind of love? Are you ready for the give and take? Because a relationship takes a lot of cooperation and a lot of give and take. Are you ready for that give and take? Are you ready for, you know what, you cook this many days a week and I cook that many days, or maybe you cook and I clean? Like, are you ready for all of it? A lot of times we'll say we're ready, but when you get into the thick of it, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't think I was ready for it. Or I wasn't ready for the level. So if I could wave my magic wand, what is it that you want this person to be for you? Or how would you want this person to present to you? And so, will you find someone to love and marry? That's all on you and putting your desires out there for the universe to provide that to you. You just want them to drop somebody in your lap, but how do I know who to even send to you? How do I know what kind of person you like? How do I know what kind of person to steer in your direction or to place you two in the same space where you can talk to each other if you haven't even put your desires out there or you don't know what kind of person you are, so that you are confident in who you are when you meet this new person.
Get the hell off. That's fuck you, Julie Watson. Eat shit, die, get hit by a
Crystal,
truck.
you supposed to be on vacation on a ship. Why is you all up in our business? Look, Crystal's so nosy. She all up in here like I can't watch because check out your DMs. Okay, Crystal telling me check my DM. She's supposed to be on a ship somewhere doing something, and she all up in here talking about I can't watch y'all live because it ain't enough bandwidth. Because you're supposed to be disconnecting from society and from social media, child, and enjoy yourself on this vacation. So you could meet your international lover. Remember
White
Stella?
magic. The fuck is
International
white
lover.
magic?
That's what you're trying to
And
find.
that's a country code. WhatsApp, that plus 23, that's a country code. South Africa is 23. I think my friend is in South Africa.
And like, look at Miss Linda. The first thing she said was the person needs to be attentive. And so she know, like, you need to know your love language. So Miss Angie, do you know that you're not even in the comments? So I don't even think you're here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move on. If you want to read her, then you can go ahead, Sheri. If not, then we can move on to the next
No,
person.
South
Because
Africa is 20 something.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I was like, this person with this love doctor
Don't go
stuff.
into that WhatsApp, y'all. WhatsApp is the prime. Listen, they might as well change WhatsApp to scam because they are trying to scam you. Do not go to this person. Okay, you're here and it resonates. Okay, so again, if I could wave my magic wand, what is it that you want from this person, Miss Angie? What is it that you need? So I'm assuming that since you're not responding, you don't know what it is that you want. And so how can the universe give you somebody to love and to marry when they don't even know what you want? You don't even know what you want. So if I send you the perfect person, is it the perfect person for you, or is it just a perfect person in general? They could send you some. They could send you Jason Momoa, but if that isn't what you want, then that's not the right person for you. That's the right person for Lisa Bonet because that's her husband. But who's the
No,
right person
not
for you?
anymore.
No, they didn't get divorced. They got back together.
Oh shit.
They separated and they saw that the dating pool has pee in it, and they went right back to each other. They are back together, honey, immediately. And so if them two, listen, if somebody like Jason Momoa and Miss Lisa Bonet can break up because they didn't think it was right, and then they get out there and they be like, you know what, we need to get us a second chance. Think about that. It's not that easy. So you said definitely you will work on that. So again, are you presentable to somebody? Do you come with a level of drama? I know what my drama is. I am a very spoiled person, but I spoil me. So if you're coming in, you need to know that I like to shop. You need to know that I have this thing with ice. You need to know that I have a thing with food. I pay for food because I like to go out and eat. And so when you come into my life, you need to know those things. And I know myself very well. And if those things are a problem for you, then we're maybe not going to mesh. And at this point in my life, it's not a lot of change that's going on. So I know who I am, strong and sturdy in my situation. I know that I talk a lot. I know that I'm a little bit more aggressive. I know that you need to come strong when you come to me because I am that type of person. And people are like, oh, you need to submit. I have no problem submit when you give me something to submit to, when you give me an authority that you seem to have, when you have that level of authority that gives me something to see. Oh, then he can make decisions. Oh, he can make money. Oh, he can take care of the family. Oh, he can stand tall. Oh, he can stand next to me. Oh, he is those things. So you need to know what it is that you need in a relationship, what makes you whole. I'm also a person who likes to be hugged a lot. So my person will need to know that I need that physical hug affection. I'm a person who likes to be hugged a lot. And so you need to know that that's the kind of affection you need to bring into our relationship. Or I'm a person that likes to cuddle a lot and sit on the couch and watch TV together. So you know what I'm saying? You need to know your level of affection. Some people don't like to be touched. Some people don't like that level of affection. So this person needs to know that that's what I want in my situation. If that's not what you're providing, then you need to move on. I'm a person who likes to talk, who likes to discuss, who likes to know how your day was. And if you're not a person who wants to share that, that is going to get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? If I'm asking you how was your day, it was fine. And then you want to go on and have the rest of your day and you don't want me to know. I want to share your life. And so if you don't want to share your life with me, then maybe we're not compatible and we should move on. This is for you, Sheri Beery. Keena just put a message in you.
I don't know her.
Oh. Oh, it's the lady from the UK. I think she's on your YouTube. That's why Keena said it.
Okay.
All right. So Keena's gonna put the full list up in a minute. We have 12 people in the chat and we gotta roll through people. So Miss Angie, I hope that helps you out as far as when you find somebody, you will when you open, when you put out there what you want, when you define what you want, and when you're open to it. And again, I'm ready for love. So what I do, I went on the apps. Like I tried all the different ways to meet people. I went to the clubs, I went to the bars, I went to the day parties, I did all those things. And I didn't like the level of attraction that I was getting. And just going to the grocery store wasn't getting me no man either, because the people in the grocery store were either married and shopping for their family, or they were single and trying and not ready to be in a full-fledged relationship. And so you have to get out there. What actions are you taking in order to meet somebody? How do you look? Like every time I go out, I listen. I have to make sure I look pulled together, because I may be my husband at any given time. I don't want to go out there looking like I just rolled out of bed and they like, oh, she don't look good. Now I miss the opportunity to meet my husband or to meet the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so, are you presenting yourself in a way that attracts people to you? I was on the phone the other day and a random person just came up and spoke to me. My friend was like, people are always talking to you because my aura is inviting. You can come in and talk to me. You can joke with me. You can laugh with me. I was at work today and this one guy, he was leaving. He came back and he said, what time can I come get you? I get off at 6:30. And I was very specific with him. I said, I get off at 6:30 and I'm hungry. So I hope we're going to get something to eat. Like I let it be known what I want. Like I'm not gonna play. Listen, I'm too old to be playing these little shy tour your hair games. Like whatever you want, sir. Are we going to Denny's? Are we going to IHOP? Are we going to get some food? Because I'm hungry. Because when I leave here, I'm going to get me some food. And if we leaving here together and you're not taking me to get some food, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Okay. So you need to define yourself and know what it is you want, so that when these people approach you, you're confident in speaking your clarity and how you want to move forward. All right. So who's next, Keena? Speaking of food. Um, if you have not yet, if you visit Seattle, first of all, it rained a lot in Seattle, and my hair don't work well with the rain. So, like when is the time in Seattle when it's not raining 100% of the time? So I have to pop in and pop out like on a day trip, like boom boom. Visit the original Starbucks, give me a little bit of food where you're talking about going, but I can't be there when it's all raining, because my hair isn't conducive to the rain.
My hair's flying in the rain.
And see, she hasn't given me that hair yet. And so, like with this Angie, we don't do rain. So when is it not raining in Seattle all the time? Let me know that.
My hair
You said
loves the rain.
better. Right. So, like a lot of times we want somebody who's built up and beautiful, and then we go out looking like we just rolled out of bed with crust in our eye, snot in our nose, a little bit of crack in a little bit of crap in the side of our mouth. Like we go out there looking like hell, and then we see somebody like, oh my God, he look good. Yes, but would he want to? Would he be attracted to you in the way that you're looking now? And so a lot of times it's just about giving yourself the appearance that, hey, I am open to be loved, or I am open to be whatever. I literally was at work and these are people being like, hey, you want to go to lunch today? Hey, ain't none of them came back because maybe I scared them off with food. And let me tell you something, when you take me to dinner, you need to bring your big wallet, your big credit card, because I'm going to order like if I'm paying it myself. I'm not going to be like, let me get a salad. I want an appetizer. I want a drink. I want a dessert. I want the whole full thing. So if you're taking me out, you need to bring your big wallet, the one that has all the credit cards in it, the one that has all the good money in it. Okay. All right. It's always raining there. Exactly. So that's no. You know what? Can they ship me the food? Whoever's talking about going to Seattle to eat. Like, can I order it online? Keena just posted the list. And so Andrea, 5'4", Hector, you're next. And then LMT, Abigail, and Selma. Okay, in that order. You can go ahead and start on Andrea if you want to, Miss Sheri. Because I've been talking, and I need some water. And the spirits is like, shut the hell up.
The spirit wanted me to know about my strengths and my spiritual gifts.
Listen, Miss Becky, you like my personality. Go ahead and subscribe and like and share, because I need all the subscribers. I'm trying to get to 500. So we trying to get our subscriptions up. So go ahead and subscribe.
So my TikTok has
Is Queen on the
5,000.
list? Because she was supposed to be on the list too.
My TikTok.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was like you were talking about. You want to get to 500, and my TikTok is at 5,500. But my this one YouTube is only like 48. Like, what the fuck?
Because you know what? TikTok is that younger generation and it's that fast and furious. On here, you got to, excuse me, why do I keep burping, people? I'm hungry for one. Let me tell y'all that I have not eaten and I'm hungry. So when I leave here, I'm biting the hell out of a piece of steak or something.
Okay, so Miss Andrea, I okay, so I got the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving person in the fucking deck. He's just standing there. He's not moving, but I got him in reverse. So this is you. So you kind of move, you kind of don't. You kind of move, you kind of don't. So you need to make the steps moving forward. Then I got the Judgment card in reverse. So it's like you're wanting, like I'm looking at all these little cherubs, and this is what was brought to my attention. Was like you're wanting the divine, you're waiting for it. You're waiting for it. You go and then you back up. You go and then you back up.
1 second, Jasmine, did you post a question? If you didn't post a question, Keena didn't pin it. Just saying hi doesn't get you on the list. Did you post a question? Keena said she never found a question from you. So did you post a question for her to pin? All right, go ahead, Miss Sheri. I'm sorry.
And then I have the King of Swords in reverse, and that's an air sign. Um, so it's like you're standing waiting for somebody to give you like definitive information. Oh, so I'm a psychic. Oh, so I'm an empath. Oh, so I'm a medium. There's nothing in writing saying what you are, what defines you. And you just can't stand in your power and then expect it to fall from the heavens and not work for it. Like we all work for it. We all go to classes. We all do stuff.
Literally, my first thing was practice, honey. That's how you strengthen your gifts. You practice.
Yeah.
How do you learn how to ride a bike? You practice. How do you learn how to tie a shoe? You practice. How do you learn how to do your job? You repeat doing it over and over again. Asking what your gifts are. If I'm continuously sending you messages and you're not hearing them and you're not receiving them, why would I continue to send you messages? Are you practicing? How are you using the gifts that you have?
We all go to school. I go to school constantly. Constantly. I mean, oh yeah, I was supposed to go to an herbal class today, but I'm doing this instead. But like we all go do things. We all take classes or we get together and practice with each other. So my guides are telling me, are kind of laughing and not laughing at you, but kind of laughing at the situation. It's you know, take the effort to learn where you are and who you are. And you may not be a medium, you may not be a psychic, you may be something completely different, or you may be cursed and like be an empath. I'm like cursed. So you have to find that path. Your guides are going to let you know, but you do definitely need to practice, 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 practice.
Let me say this. All you people who are like, oh, I thought I was on a list again, we are on 6 or 7 different platforms. Keena is tracking all of your comments in from every different channel. Just because you see that you're the only person making comments doesn't mean that's the only comment that we see. We have 2 Facebook, we have 2 YouTube, we have Twitch, and we have Twitter. We have all of those messages coming in from every last one of those different places. And so be patient with Keena while she collects your question. This is why I tell you guys, don't come on her and be like, oh, can I ask a question? Just post a question, because then we have to go through and find which comment to pin. Keena pins the first comment that you make that has a question in it. So please make sure that you post your question so she can get it. If you don't came on here and said, hi, what you doing? How's it going? Then said, can I have a reading? And then posted your question. That's 5 different times that you posted. Now Keena has to go through and find your question and pin it. I do understand that you guys want to be on a list, but again, be patient with Keena, because she has to post the exact question that you have, and she doesn't want to search through 100 comments. There are comments coming in from, again, 7 different platforms, and she has to sift through all of them. And again, if you don't get an at from Keena saying that you're on the list, then you're not on the list. Keena lets you know. She comes to your platform and she tells you on there, nothing has changed about the structure of how we do it. We do it the same every single week. You post your question, Keena asks you to tell you that you're on the list, and then you know that you're on the list. Don't assume just because you posted a question that you're on a list. Keena will ask you to let you know that you're on a list. So if you did not receive an app from Keena, do not assume that you're on the list. Keena will bring me to the list and try to add you to the list if we have time, but don't assume that you're on the list if you didn't get a response from Keena. Keena's very diligent in finding you and making sure that you know that you're on the list. Okay. So who's next? Oh no, you get
Your
okay.
turn.
Okay. So again, Miss Andrea, what are you doing to practice? How are you practicing your skills? How are you expanding your skills? I just said this, and I've said this repeatedly on our live. When we went to our mentor, as soon as she would say mediumship, the energy in the room would just drop. Boom, it would get cold. Nobody wanted to do mediumship. I'm not good at mediumship. I can't see the spirits. I can't see this, blah, blah, blah. Immediately, I'll be like, oh my God, not mediumship. Oh my God. So she said, stop saying you're not good at mediumship. So finally, it got into my head after her saying it 1,000 times. Stop saying that you're not good at mediumship. So I started saying, I'm getting better at mediumship. So you know what happened? I'm getting better at mediumship. Now the spirits are just coming. I got people that are coming to me before they cross over to death, trying to talk to me. So if you want your skills to get better, then you'll speak positively of your skills, but you'll also do what you need to do to strengthen your skills. How do I get a muscle? I do the exercises that strengthen the muscle. Your abilities are just muscles. So what are you doing? Spirit doesn't need to tell you how to do it. That's regular knowledge. You practice. You practice. Everybody that I know in the psychic arena, in the metaphysical arena, will tell you practice makes perfect. How are you going to know what your clues are? How are you going to how would I know that when I taste salt water that's the ocean? Because it's happened to me repeatedly in a reading. How would I know that when I see nighttime, that means secrecy, or that means somebody doesn't want somebody to know something that's happening, or there's some shame? Because it's repeatedly come up for me in a reading, and so I know my clues. So how do you strengthen your psychic abilities? You practice. You do readings. You learn your cues so you to understand what it is. How do I know what side of the family it's on? When it's on the left side and I get that tingle or that feeling in this side, or I get that sensation over here, to know that that is the mom side, because it's happened to me repeatedly. How do I know that when I see a rainbow, that's sunshine and lollipops? Because in my childhood, there was always a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So they use that as a symbol of yes for me. How do you learn your clues as to how you're going to move forward in your and strengthen your abilities if you don't even know what your clues are, if you don't even know what your signs are for spirit to speak to you? How do I know that they're trying to talk to me because my ear itches? How do I know that I'm on the right track? They give me goosebumps all over. I used to be very, very, I wasn't very confident in my reason. I'd be like, well, is that right? And so they started giving me goosebumps as a way to confirm that I'm on the right track and that I'm moving in the right direction, because everybody that you're reading doesn't give you feedback. And so in order for them to say, hey, you're on the right track, you're moving in the right direction, they would give you goosebumps. So how are you understanding what your cues are or what you're receiving in order to strengthen your abilities? Spirit doesn't need to tell you, oh, go and sit and meditate. Oh, go and sit and touch a rock. Oh, go and sit and do a reading. You practice. That's how you get better at something. You practice. You repeatedly do it. Do free readings for people. Do pull a one card for yourself. Okay, like I said, everybody else knew the Five of Wands to be conflict. When I first saw the Five of Wands, I saw collaboration. And so they said, you are right. In this sense, for you, the Five of Wands is collaboration. But as I got better at it, I understood that sometimes it's collaboration, sometimes it's conflict, and sometimes it's healthy competition. So you have to practice in order to know what it is. You can't just think that they're just going to be like, oh, we're just going to make her visions more strong. What am I strengthening? You see the visions, but if you don't understand the interpretation of it, how am I going to strengthen it for you? So you have to practice. That is the best advice I can give you with practicing your spiritual gift. All right. So who's next?
Yeah, so when I first started coming to class, I could only see things in color and interpret what that color meant for me. And then since I've been going, it's just everything else is kind of opened up. I thought I was only an empath. Only an empath. Oh no. No, it's way much more than that. But it's the difference between 2 years ago and now. And it only took a little bit of time, right, Angie? I mean, I started going to class and then I was just like, dang, they're telling me to go hug this crazy lady across the room that I haven't even talked to. And
Exactly. And what
yeah,
if she didn't understand that that was something that she really needed to know? Like, what if she didn't understand the clues that she was giving and she didn't come over and talk to me? She understood that spirit was telling her that she needed to reach out to me and they wouldn't tell her if I wasn't receptive to it. So when she came over and said what she had to say, it was exactly right on point because she understood her communication with them from coming to class. We offer
mm-hmm.
a free class on Tuesday night. Anybody's welcome to join. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's free. We're throwing information at you on how to strengthen your abilities, and you keep coming out here asking, well, how does spirit want me to do this, and how does spirit want me to? This is what don't understand about everybody on the live, or about people who always say what spirit wants me to do. Why are you so ready to lay down your power and let somebody else tell you what to do? Even if it's the God source, why are you so ready to lay down your power and say, well, what is it that you want me to do? I just want to do that. What if you ask spirit what to do when he tell you to be a maintenance person at the school? Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to tell spirit what you want and allow him to align you with that goal that you want? You guys are so into saying, well, what is it that they want me to do? I want to have no accountability. I want to have no power. I want nothing. I just want to do whatever God wants me to do and how he wants me to do it. If he tell you to quit your job and go off the grid, is that what you gonna want to do? Like, you have to know what you want. It's a co-creation. It's not a dictatorship. And y'all make God or the spirit seem like a big puppet master who's trying to get you to do all these different things. He wants you to be happy. That's bottom line what God wants you to do. So he wants you to align with what you want. So in case you decide that you want to do something that isn't aligned with what your purpose is, then he'll let you know that that may not be what you want to do, but it may be a lesson in you figuring it out. I wanted to be a lawyer because I had watched the Cosby Show and I thought it was glamorous. And I thought, oh, Claire Huxtable was a lawyer. Then I worked at a law office for 6 years and I thought, oh, no, this isn't the glamorous life that I want. So I didn't go to law school. You know what I'm saying? But you have to put out there what you want. I didn't just lay down and say, well, Lord, what you want me to do? You have to have some kind of level of discernment of what you want. Stop laying down your power and saying, well, whatever you want me to do, that's just what I'm gonna do. Because when they start telling you what they want you to do, and then you don't want to do it, you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to do that, or I'm in a job that I don't like. You asked and he just gave you whatever it is that, you know what I'm saying? And so you have to be able to put out there what it is you want. Stop laying down your power and saying, what is it that they want me to do? What is it that you want them to help you do? So that's what I'm finding, that a lot of people are just laying down their power and saying, hey, if God tells me to just go and jump rope all day, I'm just going to jump rope all day. Seriously? Are you really going to do it? Because I'm a person that be like, no, I ain't going to do that, Jesus. That's just not in my wheelhouse. And that's just not how I want to be. And so, like, I know that romantically, there is a situation that my higher power is working on me with, but I'm going to buck up against that system because I have the 3 zodiac signs that are in conflict. I am a Pisces sun, I am a Aquarius rising, and I am a Capricorn moon. That Capricorn is like the daddy of the zodiac. So he wants order, he wants things in a certain way. And then that Aquarius is just like a free air spirit. They want, no, we don't do good with restrictions. So you're not tying me up and making me follow this list or follow these guidelines or follow this set of morals and things. And then that Pisces in me is a dreamer. So they're always in conflict with each other. And so why you ask, am I combative all the time? Why am I aggressive? Because they are always in conflict with each other. And so when you learn who you are, you can decide how you want to move forward and how to deal with the stimuli that are coming towards you. When I get a restriction, that Aquarius in me be like, absolutely not. We're not doing it that way. That Pisces and me try to see it so lovingly and okay, well, maybe if we do this, and that Capricorn be like, look, we need some structure, goddamn it, and you need to do it this way. But that Aquarius would be like, well, that ain't the structure I want. So you want a box, I want a circle. And so they're bumping heads. And so I bump heads with my higher power all the time. But that's because when I was in religion, it was, well, the Lord's will, the Lord's will. What did the Lord want you to do? And so you lay down your power and you're trying to align yourself with this fictitious Lord that you don't even, not necessarily fictitious, but with this higher power that you have no direct connection with. You're only going by what you've heard in church or what you've heard, out and about, and you don't have this personal connection with that person. And so you can't have a conversation. So you want somebody else to tell you from the outside what you should be doing, when what your desire should come from the inside, so that they can help you on the outside to accomplish whatever that is, or to realign you. You have to give them something to work with. Y'all just want to lay it down and be like, well, if he want me to be a migrant worker in South America, then that's just what I'm going to be. That's just what my purpose is. No, sir, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not made like that. I don't like outside. I don't like bugs. I don't like digging in the dirt. So I buck up and I allow my higher power to have that co-creation. They know me. They knew who they got when they came to me. They knew they was gonna get a person who was not gonna be here for it. And so I didn't know what I was getting when I met them, but they knew exactly who they were getting in me. And so they told me a lot of times, your ability to stand your ground is what makes you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to not let anybody just walk all over you makes you who you are. Like, again, I tell people all the time, when I meet somebody, I'm a lady. Until we establish that we can have that lines of communication where you can speak to me in that way, or where you can make those kind of comments to me, I'm a lady, and you go approach me as such. You're not going to approach me like I'm some one of these regular little hot mamas out here and you about to have a one night stand and be doing all the things. Like, I understand you want to do all those things and you want to say that you want to do all those things, but that's not appropriate on the first day that you meet me. Okay. So
Right.
we need to establish a line of communication before you decide to tell me all the things you want to do. I'm a lady. And so you have to establish yourself as such, and then people will fall in line or they'll fall back. So that's what I got. All right.
And I agree. Like, you have to know who you are. And like, for myself, I'm a Sagittarius sun. I am a Leo moon. So two fire signs. And I'm a Gemini rising. So I create my own.
Girl, you got about 4 personalities.
I know.
Gosh, that Gemini, listen, that's already a problem right there, because it's this and this. And then you got that Leo with that strength, but you also got that power in you. Ooh, girl. Mm-mm.
That is why I tell people, like, I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. If you are in my life, it's because I want you there. Because I
And you
don't.
would think people would be more aligned with I want you in my life than I need you in my life. Because if there's a need, then every decision you make is reliant upon the need that you have for me. I supply money, I supply shelter, I supply protection. I want you in my life means that I enjoy your company, I enjoy being around you. So I would like somebody to want me than to need me.
Yeah, and so again, you to understand, all that feisty fireness that I have in me. Um, that's why I'm just like,
Hey
yeah,
Pammy. Pam is in here. She's
all the fire in you. I love the fire in me too, Miss Julie.
How do you find more information about attending the class? This link right here that Keena put that says Tuesday night class. You email that person right there and say you want to join. Then we'll send you the private link. It's a private link, but it's still free.
Oh,
And so
Becky,
you
you are
come
missing
in.
out on fun with
Don't
the fire in
come
your
in here
life.
thinking like, oh, well, it's gonna be no. When we come in there, we rapid fire. We get you to work real quick. Like we might do 3 rounds of 2 minutes readings where it's like, boom, what you see, what you feel, what you hear, give it to them and move on. Like, we're gonna practice. We're gonna do things in there. You're not gonna come in there and just talk. We're gonna put you to work. We're gonna put those abilities to work, and then you're gonna get people. You be like, oh, well, I don't know how to read. Well, we about to teach you how to read. We about to show you how to pull those abilities out, because it's not teaching you. It's not necessarily teaching you how to do it. It's showing you how to understand the information that you're receiving. So when you come in there, you come into work. You getting right into the reading. We're gonna put you in a group. We're gonna put you one on one. We're gonna get in there. So when you come, be ready for the fire, because we're gonna put you in trial by fire. You're gonna start reading day one. Day one, honey. Come with some cards. Come with a pendulum. Come with whatever tools that you use for your psychic abilities. Even if you don't use cards, we ask you to bring cards sometime. So come with tarot cards, oracle cards, a pendulum, something like that. So you have something that you can use. Sheri Beery uses regular playing cards. So make sure you come with something. We may not use them every time, but we may give you a specific reading. Like, we challenge your abilities. We don't say just free flow reading. We might tell you, hey, tell them what's going to come up in the next 30 days. An open heart and an open mind also. And a lot of times People don't understand the way that I receive information, so they be trying to tell me how to control the information that I receive. No, that, like Keena say all the time, that's like trying to talk butterfly to a caterpillar. You don't understand how to spread your wings and fly, so you don't understand how I receive information, so you don't know how to tell me how to deal with the information that I'm receiving. Because people used to tell me all the time, spirit doesn't give you that level of detail. Spirit gives me that level of detail. They don't give you that level of detail because I'm open. I have that line of communication with them. People be like, oh, well, you can, spirit doesn't do this. Your spirit team doesn't do that. My spirit people do that because we have that level of communication. How can you argue with your people? Because that's what they're there for. It's a line of communication. It's not a dictatorship. I don't have to do everything they say.
Oh gosh, no. You create your own path.
Exactly.
Yeah. You create your own path, and absolutely 100%. I love the classes. I'm sad that I don't get to go to as many, but I work a lot.
Okay, so for Miss Libra Queen, who says she wants to know how to protect your energy, we have an exercise that my mentor taught us, and you imagine like a gold ball in your hand. And there's many ways you can do protection. You could buy, like if you're into crystals, you could buy. I have black obsidian. That is the first stone that was recommended for me. But you can buy different stones for protection and have them on you. You can. We also have a selenite wand that absorbs negative energy. But you can also control who comes into you. Like we have this right here, it'll clear the energy. We have different things, different stones and things you can buy for your protection. But again, one of the exercises that we learned in our class was you imagine a gold ball in your hand, and then you spread that gold ball out. And then you put it over your entire body and you pull it down. Sometimes people need a visual and actually need to do it. So when I first learned how to do this exercise, I would always start with a gold ball. I would imagine a gold ball in my hand. And so then I would take that ball and I would expand it and I would pull it over my head. And then I would bring it down, 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 down to my feet. And then, okay, Keena said we got 1 hour and 40 minutes and 10 people. So I'm about to roll with it. But Miss Liberty Queen, let me give you this. And then I will pull that ball all the way down to my feet. And the only people that are allowed in that ball, in that energy ball, this is your protection. You say that nothing, you push out everything else that's negative, anything that doesn't align with your highest and greatest good, and that's your protective ball, and that's how you keep out any negative spirits, any negative energy, or anything that doesn't align with your highest and greatest purpose. And so then you also set an intention when you come to class. I am here for the greatest and highest good. I am here for only white light. I'm here only for Christ light. You speak the intention that you're setting. I'm here only to accept information from spirits that are of love and light, who are of the Christ light, who are of whatever your belief system is. I'm not here to take any negative spirits. You are not allowed. You cannot communicate with me. You speak the intention. It's you that allow them in. Like I had a spirit, like I don't like for spirits to come when I'm here by myself. Like I prefer there to be somebody else in the house. And so if a spirit or comes when this was in the beginning, I would say, you know what, can you please come back another time? I don't want you to be here while I'm by myself. And so then they leave. So you decide the intention that you want when you come in there. That's how you protect yourself. Our whole thing is love and light. When we come to class, it's all love, it's all light, it's supporting each other. And that's why I like the way that our mentor invited us into the whole metaphysical thing. She always said she came into it with a positivity, not with a negativity. She didn't come in talking about demons and things that are trying to get to you. So I have a more positive light to it, and I attract a more positive side. If you're always dwelling on thinking that you're going to attract something negative, then you're going to attract something negative. Remember, like attracts like. You're a magnet. So if you're always thinking that a demon is going to come, then maybe you're going to attract a demon. If you're always thinking that something negative is going to happen to you because you're afraid of it, then something negative could happen to you because you're afraid of it. So it's about courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward in past the fear. You know what I'm saying? So I have a fear of doing this, but when I come in, I find out, oh, it's not as hard as I thought it was. It's not as typical. Like demons aren't just sitting around being like, hey, let's see if we can invade her thoughts and turn her into a succubus. It's not like that. It's more of a positive situation. And what happens is we get clouded by what we saw on TV, how we saw it live out on TV. And so, oh my gosh, it's demons, it's Freddy Krueger, it's some kind of entity that's trying to get to me. If you open yourself up to it, then that's what you're going to receive. But if you set the intention that that's not what you want, then that's not what you're going to get. I set the intention every time I start a reading, Every time I get ready to come on live, I call in my higher power. I call in my ancestors to protect me. I call in my mediumship guides, and I say, please come in and help me to provide the highest level of healing to the people who are on this, who are going to be receiving a reading from me. And then I say, please protect me from any negativity. I even ask them to protect our live from people that are trying to poach or from people that are trying to get in. So you set the intention, you speak it up. Everybody wants to lay down their power and give it to somebody else. Speak what you want. It's all about that voice. What does the Bible say? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. As a child, I never understood what that means. That's the same thing as speak it into existence. That's the same thing as set your intention. That's the same thing as just saying what you want, putting your desires out there for the universe to do it. So what are you doing to speak your intentions and to give yourself a protection? Okay, so that's what I got.
I don't mind working with infernals now that I have more experience in it. I don't believe that all infernals or demons are out to cause havoc in your life, but you are actually in control of it.
Listen, one of my guys' names is Lucifer. Okay, so when he first
Lucifer is
came to
just
me,
the light bringer.
exactly. So when I first encountered him, I thought, oh my God, Lucifer, that's the devil. But what he said to me was, no, that's how you guys see it on earth because you associate the name with a demon. In the spirit world, it's not like that. It's
Not
just
like
a name.
that.
And so once I was open to him, I found out that Lucifer was more my financial advisor, my finances guy. And so I was open to him. You have to be open to what they're trying to give you. Okay.
Yeah. So, and Lucifer is a Greek term and it means light bringer. Doesn't mean Satan. Satan is an adversary, and the devil was something that was created with Dante's Inferno, and then man added it to the Bible. So educate yourself. That's and
Tanya Hikes, you've been on here before, so usually you just post your questions. We've read you before. You know the process, it hasn't changed. Post your question and Keena will tag it, but the list is closed.
this
You
is
can see it
close.
going across the bottom, so you can't get a reading today. I'm sorry, but Miss Shauna will be on in the morning. For the person all seeing Mars who says, how do you feel about communicating with the dead? I'm assuming that you came in after my rant where I said my mentor told us, to stop saying that I wasn't good at mediumship and now I can communicate with people. A lot of people communicate with a lot of people who are about to die come to me before they cross over into that death. So I communicate with spirits all the time. I am a person who communicates with positive spirits or somebody who's in love and light, not necessarily let's just go and find some dead people. All of my intentions in my readings are for healing. So I have no problem with communicating with the dead. I communicate with the dead very well. What do you think spirits are? These are people that are passed on. Am I correct? So if I'm talking about spirits and higher power, these are people that are passed on. Or if I'm talking about people's deceased loved ones, I have no problems talking about it. But it's always in love and light and healing. I never just go in and be like, let me go see what Jeffrey Dahmer was doing. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to be in that energy. I'm not trying to open that portal. I'm not trying to be in anything that has to do with him. I'm trying to be in love and light. Okay. So I have no.
Also, as far as me being a necromancer, which is somebody who does talk to the dead, um, 'cause that's mediumship, I got no problems with it. I set boundaries, I set rules, I tell them when and where they can appear. If it's just me, just me. But when I'm doing this, I do invite whatever spirit wants to come in and talk to me. So
Exactly, Libra Queen. Sometimes when your guides wake you up in the middle of the night and they need you to make a call, they need you to do whatever. That's the inkling you'll get. You can't sleep, you can't focus, you can't do anything else. And so our guides and our higher power or our spirits speak to us in many different ways. But you know what, Miss Lisa
that's
LMC has been
exactly
waiting a long time.
That's
Mhm.
exactly what happened with Daniel. I remember I was telling you I got woke up in the middle of the night and was scrolling through my TikTok and I met this guy named Daniel who lives in Michigan for Pete's sake. I'm in Arizona. Don't know who he is at all. And I just get this thing where I had to message this person I found on TikTok to tell him don't eat the bullet.
Listen,
Now
people will
I
randomly contact you and you don't have to respond. Somebody contacted me and was like, "Hey, you want to go? I'm cooking. Do you want to come over?" And I started to type the message, and this is what I typed. Not even if Jesus was coming and it was the Last Supper, will I want to come to your house and eat anything? I don't know you in that way, and no, thank you, sir. And so I backed out of that message. I ain't even respond because how dare you? The first message that you sent to me is, "Do you want to come over and have dinner?" I don't know you like that. Not even if Jesus was coming, would I come and have the Last Supper with you? No, because I don't know you like that. You need to establish a line of communication. And a lot of time people will send you a random text like that to see if you'll respond or to get a yes or a no so that they can use that in a scam way. I block that person immediately. If you want to contact me, then you need to come to me correctly. Set the guidelines to how people communicate with you in real life and in the spirit world. Set boundaries.
There are definitely mediumship classes. You can Google them and just, you know, say, mediumship classes, or, our class on Tuesdays that I don't get to go to.
I
That's
want to know, all seeing Mars, what is the reason that you want to communicate with the dead for? It like, are you trying to do readings, or you just are fascinated with talking to dead people? Like, what is it that you want to know? Because I don't get that there is an intention on doing readings for people. You just want to be like, oh, I talk to dead people. So that's a topic of conversation for you. Like, that's something that's impressive that you want to tell people. Oh, I can communicate with spirits. Is that the reason? Like, what is the intention of you wanting to communicate with dead people? Because I'm look when I read a question, I look at the intention that you put into the question. And you said, where would I get study with working with the dead? What is it that you want to work with them for? What is it? What is the purpose of you trying to see it? Because I only talk to spirits in a manner that I'm helping somebody in a reading. Like, this is your loved one coming through, and I'm talking to you. Are you just generally being like, yeah, I just want to sit here and talk to Thomas Jefferson and his dead body? Like, what is the reason that you want that? And if you obviously are not looking good on the internet, because if you put mediumship in or speaking to the dead, you will get 5,000 different options. So your Google search ain't working, Dan.
LMT. I got your cards up already.
Okay, and so then for this person, we just posted, Keena just had this up for about 10 minutes where you can come to our class and learn how to do and learn how to expand upon your on your abilities. If you're coming to think that you're only going to do mediumship, we're not totally focused on mediumship. We're focused on all the different ways that you communicate with spirit. So it might be psychic, it might be tarot, it might be oracle, it might be mediumship. But if you're solely looking for something that has to do with mediumship, there's a lot of people that you could contact. There's uh gosh, Brittany Larson. She's in my friend list on Facebook. She's a person that you might want to contact to see about mediumship. She's a person that does that. Our Monday night class that we do live in Arizona, that's a mediumship class. You can find mediumship classes online all over the place. So if you really want to just focus on mediumship in the dead, then you want a class that is more aligned with just mediumship. Because in our Tuesday night class, we deal with all your gifts, not just mediumship. Okay.
Meetup is an app where you
Oh,
can put what you're looking for specifically in your area, and they have mediumship classes, they have channeling
oh
classes,
my
they
gosh, a lot of people that comes to our Monday night, they got it through Meetup. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Thank you, Sherry. Very look.
You're welcome.
Oh, sisters, we be knowing.
We sisters.
Exactly. All right, Keena, put LMT up, and then you can go ahead, Sherry Berry.
Okay. You have changes in your life, and they're swift because I got a lot of swords cards. I got um, the 10 of spades, and the 10 of spades is deep grief. Um, the worst is over, and then I got an ace of spades, which is like quick change, like change is happening. But then I got the 5 of diamonds, which is like laughter, love, friends. Um, so I'm thinking that there's a huge change. Something is moving on. Something in your life has died. I'm not saying died like a person has died. I'm just saying something has died, and you're moving on, and you're grieving that situation. And and then you're going to be celebrating it after you get through this grieving process. Like this transformation, this is your grieving process, and this is the time to celebrate. So that's what I'm hearing. What it is, they won't tell me. I don't know what it is, but remember, like, relationships between people, not necessarily love relationships, work relationships, projects can be over, and it doesn't, and then we can be like, oh, we put so much effort into the project and it's over, and you can kind of have a grief towards that because it's like, oh, what do I do now? But you'll be celebrating it, celebrating whatever's passing on. Angie?
Immediately, I got that there is change, like you said, sudden upheaval. I don't know if you said a tower moment, but you said a death or a transformation. And what they're telling me is that you need to find stability. You need something that is a stable, a more stable line of employment. Like the industry that you're in seems to be a little bit volatile right now, and you need to find something more in the corporate arena. Like I know this is what you want, or you want it to be this type of job, and they're saying that right now this isn't going to pay, or that isn't the like it isn't falling through in enough time, and you may need to look at some other options. Be open to all the levels of employment that you can get that have to do with maybe it means that you come in and you do something else outside of the arena of what you're doing because it does not seem to be something that's picking up right now. So if I want, like, so say, I like when I was working at my second job and they were funneling the shifts to a different location and I couldn't pick anything up. I had to find other ways to make money. I had to find other ways, other things to do until that industry picked up. Like I had to weigh my other options. Maybe I need to look for another job. Maybe I need to do something else. And what they're saying is you need to look at all your options and not be so locked in. They show you very rigid and locked into I want this industry, I want this kind of job, I want it to be this. And they're saying no, you need to expand your options and find something else because you could be more of a manager level, or you could be more of a, or you're going to be in a more structured traditional building. They're showing me the hierophant. Is it the hierophant, which is the traditions and the religions and the institutions? So they're showing me you need to go a more traditional route. Like the route that you're trying to make is just not producing what you want. And if you wait too long, it'll be your own demise. Like you'll cut off your own foot. And so what they're saying is you need to be a little bit more open to other industries, other options, and not just this. Like I said, I have 4 jobs. I do 4 different things. I do my regular Monday through Friday. I do my other part-time job, and those two have nothing to do with each other. They are totally different industries. Then we do the live readings on Sundays and Wednesdays. Then we do the classes, and then I do private readings. So I do a whole bunch of things, and until my private readings and this live can pay for all my bills, I have to do all of them. So they're saying be open to other options. I'm in 4 different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the education, the classes thing, that's teaching. I'm doing the lives, that's out here giving the readings and practicing my skills. I'm also working a part-time job that provides extra income. And in one industry, that's a very physical thing that helps me get my exercise in and gets my body moving. And then I'm doing another thing that is all logic, thinking, and analytical things. And so they're saying be more open to your other options and don't be so dead set on it has to be this way. So I did pull some cards for you, and I got the star card. So the star card is the first card that I got for you, and that is wishing upon a star. We know what your intentions are, but what we're saying is right now those aren't working for you, and you need to be a little bit more open to other options in other industries. Like you need to put your a traditional resume out there and get some other kind of opportunities to do something else. And then I got the Ace of Pentacles. So that's the budding of a new position. But are you seeing it? Because you see how she's only looking at this. There could be other opportunities that are coming up on this side that she doesn't see because she's so focused on this one opportunity. It has to be this. So there's things are budding, but are you looking at the growth that's already back here, the abundance that's already coming in? So don't be so dead set focused on one thing. They're really making me see, look, she's only focused on that opportunity. So it has to be this opportunity. It has to be in this arena. They're saying, no, you need to explore additional opportunities. And then I got the 2 of Cups, and it's a partnership, not romantic or soulmate. It's saying you need to align with your inner self and listen to what they're sending to you. They're telling you need to expand, but you're like, nope, I'm just sitting here waiting patiently. I'm just sitting here waiting patiently. And they're saying, no, waiting patiently is over. You need to put some action behind it and you need to decide what other industry you would like, or what other opportunities that will be available to you that will give you the level of, it may not be the exact pay that you want, but it will be enough that it'll help you to get the to make your ends meet. And so they're saying what other opportunities, what other positions that are attractive to you, and to think outside of the box. I immediately got a roadblock and a cage when I said what other opportunities were, like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to. And so they immediately showed me you putting yourself in a cage and saying, no, if it's not this, it's not that. And they're saying if you want to move forward, you need to align with your higher self and listen to them tell you that you need to try other options. You need to try other people. If you're not working, they're saying you need to be talking to multiple recruiters. I am employed and I'm still putting my resume out there because I'm always looking for another opportunity. I'm always looking for something else. I'm waiting on a celebrity theater to call me because they done saw this video and they know I want to do a live psychic show, for somebody to say, hey, this is an opportunity. So are you looking at all the opportunities that could come your way? Because on my second job, it was never a job that I thought that I would do until I had a friend who said, hey, I got a job at such and such. And I thought, oh, you know what, maybe I'll try that. And I've been there 3 years. It was totally outside the realm of what I thought I would do, but it's something that's providing me money. Then I got the magician, and they're saying you are the person in control. You have all the tools you need to get the income that you need, to get the money that you need. But again, you have to look outside the box. And if you notice, this person is looking, she has growth in all different directions. She has all these things that are going on in this card with the magician. She has all the tools she needs to make things happen and make things prosperous. And so they're saying you have everything you need. Are you utilizing all the tools and resources that you have? And then I got the Six of Cups, and you reminiscing on what it could have been, what it should have been. So in your reminiscing, you're looking at good and bad things. Like, oh, okay, this is that road that leads me to destruction where I lose everything. But this is the job that I used to have, or this is what I used to do. They're saying at this phase in your life, you may need to step up and do something else because you may not need. Because they're saying you're asking for, and I like the green and the blue on here because that's calming, that's prosperity, that's abundance. And what they're saying is you're asking for tranquility and peace, but you're then asking to be in a chaotic situation. I want tranquility. I want peace of mind. I want to enjoy my life. I want to, just live in my little area. But then you're asking to put you back into a chaotic situation. So they're saying if you really want tranquility and peace, then you may have to move on to another industry where it's not so much anxiety and things going on. So the overall thing, open up your borders to the opportunities that are coming towards you in employment. So that's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not that no, it's not. No. But you're like, okay. So I'm very specific in that I want to work at the celebrity theater, correct? I don't have that opportunity coming yet, correct? For whatever reason, it's not available to me. So I'm very specific. But in the meantime, I need income. And so that's what my two other jobs are. So you're very specific in what you want, but those opportunities are not available. Just because we're specific doesn't mean that the environment around us is aligned for that to happen. So in the industry that you're doing, it doesn't seem like that seems to be something that is very stable right now. So they're saying you need to find something else. So you can be very specific in what you want. I'm very specific in that I want to do readings. I'm very specific in that I want to heal people. I'm very specific in that I want a live show, that I want a podcast. I'm very specific in all those things. But until those things come, my reality is the bills have to be paid. And so I have to analyst stuff. I have to do this part-time stuff until that happens. So while I'm waiting on my specifics to come, I still need to get those bills paid. And so I don't have the luxury to wait for those specific things to come. I have to make opportunities come for myself. So what am I doing to get out there to make those opportunities come? What am I doing to draw in money? What am I doing? That's another talent that I have. I can think analytically, so I'm an analyst. I like to deal with the government because I wanted to be a lawyer. And so I'm dealing with government regulations. I want to do something physical. So my second job is something physical where I get the exercise that I need and the steps in that I want in order to keep this body in some kind of physical attractiveness that I like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very specific in what I want, but until those things happen, reality says, hey, you need to get it done. Get her done, heifer. You know what I'm saying? Them bills ain't gonna be paid on your specifics. I need you to do this while we align those things for you. Okay? Exactly. And so now you're frustrated with your spirit guides because you don't want to move forward and grow. Everything is not going to be same. As the economy changes, the job opportunities change. As the economy changes, people's desires, like people may not be thinking like, oh, I'm just going to splurge because gas is $5 a gallon. So maybe I don't want a housekeeper to come by and clean my house because I can't afford it because now I have to pay this extra for gas. Food costs a lot more, so now my budget has to go to food. So maybe I don't have the luxuries to go out and eat. So then that means that the Harkin industry or the movie industry goes down. So you have to also adjust. You can't just be like, well, they told me to be specific and I was specific and they didn't give it to me. You have to adjust to the flow of things that are going around you. And so if this is what you want, you put it out there, but it's not coming to fruition. What else can you do in the meantime to make it happen? I'm very specific. I'm very dead set on what I want. I put my desires out there. How many times do you hear me every freaking single week saying, hey, somebody tell Oprah I'm here. Hey, somebody tell them I want to work with celebrity. I say it every single week. I'm never going to stop saying it until it comes to fruition. But until I get to that space, I have to pay these bills. And so I can't sit there and say, well, I told them what I want and they didn't deliver it to me. There may be things that I need to do in the meantime. There may be things that I need to understand in the corporate world before I get to the celebrity theater. And so the only way I can do that is to deal with the job that I have now. There may be a way of me dealing with people at my second job who are grumpy, who are angry, who are closed off, that helps me in my position when I get to do the celebrity theater. So in the meantime and in between time, if you want to keep that space, then you have to figure out something else that is outside of the realm of what your specifics are. Okay. That deck Terry T. It is the tarot mystical moments, and the person that I'm reading is the person who gifted it to me. So it's beautiful, tarot mystical moments, and that's why I put it out because they told me to use that deck so that she could see. And she's a very artsy person, you know, she really appreciates art, and so they really wanted me to give it to her in that way. And then there were specific things on there they wanted me to pull out, like this person missing other opportunities because they're so dead set focused on this, or this person wishing, seeing that she's wishing upon a star and she has the magic wand, and then this magician here. Like these two cards go together. You have all the tools you want, but you're deciding. Like it's like if I have my, I can see, I can hear, I can feel, and I can do mediumship. But it's me saying, they're saying we gave you all the tools that you need, but me deciding, you know what, if I can't hear it, then I don't want to do it. If I can't see it, then I don't want to do it. I have all the tools that I need to accomplish the goal that I want, which is healing somebody through a reading. But am I going to limit it to I only want to hear, I only want to see, I only want to feel, or am I going to use a combination of all my abilities to reach the task that I want? So be specific, yes, but also be open to other opportunities or the way that they want to do it for you. Like you think that it should happen this way. I want this job, so it should come about this way. You never know that when you're in an interview, you might know somebody who's like, oh, your resume shows this. And so now you have made a connection with somebody else. Like a lot of jobs that I've gotten is because somebody remembered me from a past relationship that we had or from a job that we did together. And so when I started, I came here doing shelter care. I came here doing public service, and now I'm in compliance. But how did I get to that? Because I had a friend when we worked together at University of Phoenix. She knew that I used to work for a law office way back when I was in Michigan. And so when they had an opportunity at her job that had to do with a legal assistant, she called me and got me into there. Then that got me into regulatory stuff, and then that got me into compliance. And so where I was in public service and housing, all of that train of thought took me to something totally different. And now I can make the money that I need in order to make my ends meet, because public service and housing wasn't paying the amount of money that I needed. And so you have to see the train of thought that they're taking to and not think that it has to be your way or no way. I would have never got into compliance had I said, no, I don't want to go back to law because it wasn't the Claire Huxtable dream that I wanted. I needed the money. They were paying. I got into it. It got me into compliance. And now I'm into government regulations. Do you see the scope of how I got to where I am? How did I get into doing this? Me and Keena were just having a general conversation where she was talking to a friend who recommended the gym shop. We went to the gym shop, and then I met all these fabulous people like Sheri, Beery, and Don. And so it's about allowing the universe to pull you along based on the way that they see it happening, not the way that you see it happening. You're saying, I want this job and it has to come this way and it has to come back. They're saying no, there's other ways to get there, and you need to be open to all of them. So that's what I have. All right, who's next? You're exhausted. You're sitting at home, honey. You're not exhausted. You're mentally exhausted, but physically, you're not doing anything. What they're saying is get out there and get moving, honey. Get to work. You're mentally exhausted because you want things to be your way. You're very rigid in the way that you want this to come. I want this job. They need to give me this job because I said I want this job. And what they're saying is you're ruminating over these thoughts over and over and over and over and over again, and you won't give yourself a chance to see anything else. And so I'm dealing with that also, where I want it to be a certain way. And they're like, no, it doesn't always have to be that way. Sometimes we give it to you in a different way, or we take you along a path that we see better because we see the whole thing and you only have your tunnel vision, and they want you to see it a totally different way. Change is good. If you're not changing, then you're not growing. The person that I was in my 20s is not the person that I am in my 40s. And if she was, then I am failing at life. I should not be the same person in my 40s that I was in my 20s. I have so many more life lessons. I have so much more experience. I have so much more to offer. So 20-year-old Angie has nothing on 40-year-old Angie. Okay? And so you keep saying the word over and over again. They told me to be specific, and we've already addressed the being specific. We know that they told you to be specific, which you did. And in order to get see, we've addressed the specific. They know specifically what you want, but you don't want to see that they have a different path that you have to go. You're also being specific in that it has to come this way. I was specific with the job that I want, so it has to come about this way. The recruiter has to find me. The recruiter has to offer me the job, and I have to get it that way. And they're saying, we understand what it is you want. My guys tell me all the time, Angie, we know what you want, exactly what you want. But allow us to take you there on the path that we have to. And sometimes it's outside of the box. It's not a straight line. Sometimes you have to go north in order to come back and go east. And so what they're saying is, yes, you were specific. We know what you want, but allow us to get you there on our path, not on the direct way that you want to, because the way that you want to isn't working. So allow us to help you in our way and not specifically in your way. You're very stuck on the word specific. They told me to be specific. They told me to do this, and you did that. But what they're saying is, are you really allowing us to now step in with the specifics that you gave? Okay? All right. Okay, so Abigail is next. All right, what do you have for her, Sheri Beery? Because I've been talking a lot.
So I pulled my Oracle deck, my Pure Magic Oracle deck for this reading. So near future is like I'm hearing that you're not listening. I've got your ancestor card, which says family, survival, death, and worship. But I'm not taking it as that. I'm taking it as like you're not listening to what your guides have to say. Again, this is the second person. Then I got this the secret seance. So in secret, you know that you are gifted, and I don't know, like you haven't been listening. That's like they're giving you message, and you're just not fully either hearing it or understanding it or following it or something. And then I got that you need to be a little more naked, more open, more vulnerable to what they have to offer for you. My card numbers were 115 and 30, which I think that's also quite interesting that you had cards that were in that kind of succession. So I love this deck. So this is your ancestor card. This is your secret seance card. And then your hollowed heart card. Again, I think that you know your path and that you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. You're not listening. And that's okay. Sometimes I don't listen. Sometimes I don't want to hear what they have to say. Sometimes I don't want to take their guidance and I don't want to take their wisdom. And again, we all have our own path. Salim can't answer that.
Listen, this
No
is what
idea
I want to
why.
say. I want to, because Selma, I can't answer that. Do you want her to just send a current through your ass? She flickered the light. You were doing a ceremony to her. You received the stimuli from her, and you totally disregarded what it was. So
Yeah.
yes, she is trying to reach out to her. You're doing a ritual to her, and then she communicates to you, and you say, "Well, is that really what she wants? Is that what she's trying to do? Do you need her to make that light electrocute and send some currents through that ass?" You got the message. You got exactly what it is that you needed to from that. The light started flickering, unless it's just a short in your light and this light flickers all the time. Like, don't come to me and be like, oh, the light was flickering, but it's a short in the light. If this is something that doesn't necessarily happen, like, okay, let me say this. One of the biggest tools you can use in the Bible is to fast, right? I have a person who was fasting and they were fasting for clarity. So then they're getting all this information and they're saying, oh, well, I don't know. You're using one of the strongest tools you can use from the Bible. They're giving you the answers and then you're discounting it as not what it is. Don't come to the don't come to the field if you're not ready to play. You're doing a ritual to her. The light starts flickering, and then you need confirmation from a lower authority. And yes, I am a lower authority because you got it straight from her. You got it straight from the source that you were trying to come to confirm that it was something that you already know. Your light started flickering while you were doing a ceremony. It don't get no clearer than that, unless you want her to actually put some current through you and some electricity to or some voltage to come through you and be like, yes, it's me. But what it is you're totally dismissing the clues that you got. Like it's like, how dare you come to me and ask me for something, then I give it to you, and then you doubt that it was actually that. So they're saying, yes, it was that. It was exactly that. You were doing a ritual to her. You know what I'm saying? I was in there doing, in my bedroom, light was flickering while I was doing a ritual. You're doing a ritual. How else is she going to communicate to you? Did you think she was going to walk in and just sit down and have a conversation with you? Like, I say this over and over and over and over. You have to be open to all the ways that you can receive. Sometimes it's a flickering light. Sometimes it's a flickering light. No, this is Selma. I'm sorry. This is the person that was asking about the flickering light. So sometimes it's a flickering light. Sometimes it's an image. Sometimes it's moved. You have to be all open to all the ways. How are you doing a ritual and you don't even know, you didn't even set the guidelines as to how you wanted this person to communicate with you? That's opening a door that you're not protecting yourself on. How are you doing a ritual and you don't know what it is that how you want this person to come to you? Like, you need to set that intention. Come to me in this way. Give me a sign, and then tell them a sign. Go read the story about Gideon in the Bible and how he asked the Lord to give him a sign that he would have victory. And then when he got that sign, he asked for another sign, like, I'm not really sure, so give me another sign. And so you need to understand the signs that you're receiving. Now back to Miss Abigail. Miss Abigail, with this, you are so start you want love so bad it's overshadowing everything else that's going on in your life. And what came out was the Five of Pentacles, and they want me to show you this. So this is somebody whose dress is a bird cage, right? And in there is a wilted flower, because that's what you feel like your love is. The Five of Pentacles is feeling left out, feeling like you're in a poverty state, feeling like that you've been passed by. And so in love, you feel like you've been looked by. So you have no growth, you have no abundance, and because you're concentrating on this wilted little flower right here, because you want love so bad, and you want to be in that romantic situation so bad that you can't concentrate on anything else. Anything that has to do with love, romance, a man, a woman, anything that has to do with a relationship, that's what you're focusing on, and you're missing all the other things that they're throwing to you. You've asked for abundance, but then you're not catching the abundance because all you want to know is when the man is coming. And so I feel like that's what you wanted your reading to be, was love, but because you know that we don't like love, you didn't ask about love. And so you said, what is my future? Hoping that we would pick up on love. And what they're saying is you're missing all these opportunities. They show me little ping pongs coming to you, and they're just bouncing off of your head. You're getting knocked in the head over and over again with a ball, but you're not concentrating on that. All you want to know is, does Willie Lump love me? Is somebody gonna marry me? Is somebody gonna take me on a date? Is somebody gonna give me that harmony I want? And what they're saying is you're missing the opportunities for money and finance. You really do want to be in a relationship. And they told me, listen, as soon as I tapped into your energy, all I saw was a big heart eyes and you just longing to be in love. And they're saying that's coming, but you want it so bad that there's a desperation on it. And so if you get it now, you won't know who truly you are. Again, the same thing I told somebody else. If I wave this magic wand and make the perfect person, what kind of characteristics is he going to have? Is he going to be funny? Is he going to be witty? Is he going to be an athlete? Is he going to be a sports guy? Is he going to be a family guy? Have you put out the desires that you want, or do you just want to be in a romantic relationship and you have no kind of clue as to what kind of person you want? You have to understand what you want in order to get there. Like a lot of times we need to take our focus off of being in love so much because love will happen somewhere else. What did I say earlier? I was at work doing my regular job and this guy was like, "Hey, what time can I come back and get you and take you out?" And I said, "Hey, when you come back, I want some food because I'm hungry." And so I was doing my regular job, and this was attracting people to me who want me. I get people all the time who are like, "Hey, you want to go out? Hey, can I have your number?" Because I'm doing my regular job and love is coming to me. I'm not so desperate in it and wanting and just zeroing in on it. But also, I want to be in love, so I'm on the dating apps. But I set the boundaries and the guidelines with the dating apps. So you have to decide, you have to put yourself out there. What are you doing to attract love? How do you have a positive mindset? Because if you're still in a lack mentality, you know what you're going to get? Somebody who's going to supply that lack that you're attracting. Oh, nobody wants to love me. Nobody wants to take me out. So you're going to attract somebody who's going to perpetuate that lack that you're dwelling on. Where the mind dwells is where reality is. You know what I'm saying? That was something that Joyce Myers used to say all the time. Wherever you put your thoughts, that's where your reality is going to go. That's what you're going to manifest for yourself. So what you need to ask is, how do I wait productively on love? What can I do to get me out of this I need to be in love situation so bad that I can concentrate on something else? Because you're missing a lot of lucrative financial opportunities because you're not paying attention to anything but your desire for love. And it's an overwhelming desire. And I get it. Everybody wants to be in love. I want to be in love. And I often tell them all the time, I'm ready to be in love. I speak that I'm ready to be loved. Not necessarily just in love, because you could be in love with somebody who does not love you back. You could be in love with somebody who's obligated to something else. And so I say now, I want a reciprocal love. I'm ready for love. And then they'll tell me if I'm not ready. Okay, well, you think you're ready. You still have a little bit to deal with this. You have a little bit to deal with that. So where you think that you may be ready, there is a reason that the universe is holding up your love. There is something that you need to work on. And so you just need to ask, what is it that I need to work on? And right now they're saying that they're not sending you anybody in love, because if they come, you'll see them with rose colored glasses and you'll kind of let them have an advantage over you, because you want to be in a relationship so bad. You won't stand in who you are and be authentically who you are. I am authentically who I am. Like I told Odu, are we going to get some food because I'm hungry, my stomach is growling? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? And so you need to set your boundaries and guidelines as to what you need to do. So you need to decide, you need to know who you are and be able to stand tall in who you are. I'm a very authoritative person. I'm a very aggressive person. I'm a very in your face person. I'm a person that likes short dresses and to look very nice when I go out. So if you have a problem with me wearing short dresses, or you have a problem with the way that we dress, we're not going to work, because I'm not about to be put on no Mother Martha dresses all the way down to my ankles. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to know who you are and be able to stand tall in who you are. And at this point, you're not able to stand tall in who you are and command the things that you want. Like when I say that I have to get up in the morning at 6 a.m. And so at 9 o'clock I'm shutting it down. You can call me at 9:30, you can call me at 10 o'clock. You ain't gonna get no answer, because what I am is sleep, and you're gonna respect my boundaries. You can call me every single night at 10 o'clock. I'm asleep already. And no, I'm not gonna get up, because in the morning when I gotta go to work, you're asleep or you're doing whatever. And so you have to set those boundaries. Yeah, I could get up and talk to you, but no, I got to get up in a couple hours and go to work. So when I shut it down and I go to sleep, I'm not getting up to talk to you. I'm not getting up to text you. I'm asleep. And you're either going to respect my boundaries, or you are going to get dial tone every single time, or you're going to get voicemail. So are you ready to stand in the strength of who you are? Do you know who you are? Do you know what your love language is? Do you know what you want? Again, I'm a person that likes a person. I wear heels all the time. So I need you to stand above me. I need you to give some authority. I ain't going to respect you if we the same height. Honestly, I'm just not. And I know that's not a great thing to say. I'm just not going to. I know who I am. I'm in my 40s. I am okay with who I am. If you don't like it, then you don't have to deal with it. So that's what I'm getting for you. Okay, hun? So focus on something else. Act spirit. And this is the full moon. So we just had the full moon. Release all those things that no longer serve you. Do the full moon ritual. If you go on Sonora Mr. Tarot, he has a video on full moon rituals. But we say the same thing. You write it down, what it is that you want to release. You set it on fire, and then and as those things burn, you say, with this fire, with this smoke, I release this. I release negativity. With this fire, with this flame, I release my confusion. With this fire, with this flame, I release blah blah blah. And so everything that you put on that list, you release. You let when the ashes are done, you give them back to the earth, and you allow the natural flow of the universe to remove those things from you. A lot of time, but you also have to understand that you're going to be emotional. So a lot of times when things are being released from you, I get extremely emotional. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to, hurry up and I need to understand that this aggression has nothing to do with the situation that's going on, but with what is being released from me. And I acknowledge, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. And so you really want to be in love so much, but they're saying you need to focus on something else, and then love will find you. You don't have to find it. We're the woman, we're pursued. We don't have to pursue them. If that's the case that you want to do, then that's what you can do. Again, I was proactive in that I got on apps. I was proactive in that I went out. I was proactive in that I went to different meeting places where men would be, so that I could have those opportunities to be with come in contact with those people. But you have to decide how you're doing it. The delivery guy isn't just going to knock on your door and then now you're married to the FedEx guy. You have to get out there. What are you doing proactively to help the situation along? How are you communicating with your guys to let them know what you want, what your desires are? So that's what they're telling me. Like, how are you communicating with them? But then even the information that they're giving you, you're not receiving, because they're sending you multiple opportunities for finances, but you're not concentrating on it. So you're missing it. So they want you to really pay attention to that. Okay, you said, Miss Selma. Okay, so Abigail, I hope that helps you out. You said, I'm not experienced in this field and my light flickers randomly. I just wanted confirmation. Okay, so if your light flickers randomly, then no, it wasn't her. If your light always flickers, then no, that wasn't her. But if your light is something that doesn't actually happen, this is confirmation for you. Like, you have to oh, this is my next person, Selma. Okay, Selma. Is my full moon prayer ritual to be feminine granted? Why do you want to be more feminine? Like, what do you
She's
mean? Like,
she's praying to a goddess, an Egyptian goddess that's of magic. That's what Heka is. It's not Hecate. It's an Egyptian goddess, and it's a goddess of magic.
oh, to the feminine granted. I don't
Mhm.
know. That's a listen, let me tell you this. That is a personal relationship between you and your God. You shouldn't have to come to me to ask me if your wish is going to be granted. This is something between you. You're establishing this relationship. And I would advise you, before you start doing rituals, to understand the fullness of the ritual before you do it, and to understand what it is you're doing. You're evoking a God, and you immediately said, I don't understand things like this. I'm not that experienced in it. You need to get with somebody who's a little bit more experienced in it. Miss Sheri Beery right here is very experienced in these rituals and very experienced in the God that you're talking about. So maybe you need to have a conversation with her in order to understand what it is that you're calling out, or what it is you're trying to draw into you, before you start doing these rituals to people and open up portals and things that you don't understand about. The full moon ritual we're asking you to do, we're just asking you to release things that no longer serve you to the universe. We're not asking you to open up any portal to call anything in. I want to release these things, and this is how I want to release them, by giving them back to the earth. You're going to a God that's doing a ritual and something you don't even totally understand. So I would do a little bit more research on it before I did it. And so I don't know if
And
your wish is going to
actually,
be
it's
granted.
referred to as a male god. So it says Heka is a god of magic and medicine in ancient Egypt, and is also the personification of magic itself. He is possibly the most important god in Egypt. So if you're looking for divine femininity, that is not the god for you.
And see, I wouldn't have known that. But because you have Sherry Berry here and she's more experienced in it for you, then she can help you. So before you start going into here and be like, I'm just about to start praying to this. Like remember when Oshun was really big? Like Beyonce was
Mhm.
saying in her thing, and then everybody wanted to be at Oshun. Everybody wanted the goddess of Oshun. Everybody wanted the goddess of this or whatever somebody said in there. You need to first sit and commune with your higher power and see what they want you to do. You could be evoking a God that has nothing to do with you or that is not your higher power. Like I had a person who does head washings. So she wants, this is the way that she was introduced or initiated into the practice that she does. So she wanted to do a head washing on me. My grandmama was like, absolutely not. That's not how we do it. And so you're not going to do this head washing. And no, you're not going to do it. That's how she was initiated in because that's how she does it. My grandmother said, no, that's not how we do our initiation in the thing that we're getting you into the ancestral rituals that you have to do it. So you need to commune with your higher power before you start going into doing rituals on something that you don't quite understand yet. And I'm not being hard on you, and I'm not even, fussing at you. But what I'm saying is a lot of times we'll do stuff because it seems like it's the trend or it's something that everybody else is doing. My people are very, very adamant about a hell no. My people have told other people, no, you can't send her no energy. She don't need it. We give her everything she needs. My guides have told people, no, you can't do a reading on her. She don't need that information. We'll supply everything she needs. So when you allow your ancestors to come in and to guide you, you don't have to fumble through what kind of rituals you need to do. They'll help you to find what is purposed for you. So I allow my guys to come in. When I think I need extra protection, I just say this certain word and they know that I need this extra protection. And so I give them that and then they come in and provide the extra protection that I want. But it's a word that we have together that we've established that they gave to me and they showed me. When you say this, boom, 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 it evokes and more protection on you. And so you have to communicate with your ancestors in a way that's right for you. The God that you're actually seeking and or that you're trying to get to may not be the right person for you. So what I would advise you to do, just have a quiet time. Like there's a whole bunch of meditations on YouTube. This is our person, right, Keena? Selma, this is the
Right.
person that we're reading.
Mhm.
Okay.
So now you're saying it's Hecate or Hecate, however y'all want to say it. Um, Hecate usually picks who she wants to follow. So Hecate will call you as opposed to you calling her. And Hecate is a Greek goddess of magic. She is the triple goddess. She is
Listen, you see me shutting the hell up because I
green.
don't know nothing about it. I'm gonna let Sherry speak.
She has snakes and dogs, black dogs specifically. So when Hecate wants you, you'll know.
And again, call on your ancestors to say, how do I get into it? You could be going about it all wrong. If this person is supposed to call out, supposed to do a ritual, my
Charlie, there's two ways to spell Hecate, so don't gatekeep.
and so a lot of times it's like my ancestors will tell me what they need me to do in order to give them the gratitude that they need. So I allow them to tell me. I don't just sit out there and be like, "This is what the hell I'm gonna do." Like I said, when my grandmother's birthday came up, or recently, I think it was in the past year or so, me and my sisters, we each did our own thing the way we were led to do it, the way spirit and intuitively led us to do it. So our spirit led us to go to Nothing But Cakes and get the kind of cake. Me and my sister Keena, we got the kind of cakes that we liked that she used to make for us, which is strawberry. My other sister got lemon. Then we each went and got the meal that she liked. My grandma was a fish person, so she liked the filet of fish meal from McDonald's. So we each went and got a filet of fish meal or whatever meal it was. And that was us giving her little homage on her birthday or giving her honor or giving gratitude for who she was. We didn't make it public. We didn't let everybody know. We separately went and got the cake that we enjoyed and we went and got the food that she had. And then we gave her the gratitude in that way. Allow your intuition to lead you. Don't force something. And I feel like you're forcing it because you're like, well, this is what my ancestors did. I have to do it this way. Allow yourself to
Mhm.
really flow into it and not force something because you want to be whatever it is. Like,
because how do you know it's Hecate that's calling you and not Nyx? Because Nyx is above Hecate, and there's a lot in the Helena pantheon and the Greek pantheon and all of that. And Charlie, don't be humbled. It's okay. We all have our things. Don't be humbled, and you're fine because there's two ways to spell it, and there's many ways to say it. I say Hecate. There's some people that say Hecate. There's so many people say it differently. So who knows what's right?
A lot of you guys are really wanting to be like, you want something to belong into, you want something to submit to, and so you think, well, let me go ahead and start doing these rituals to this person. Listen, I am always like, hold on, why you want me to do that? What you want me to do? Why I gotta do it that way? What you I question everything. So I'm not a person who's going to just easily submit. Why you want me to do this ritual? Why you calling me to do this? Why am I being aligned to do this? What is this going to do? What is going to happen when I open this portal? Are you asking the questions, or are you just being like, well, shit, they said Hecate was calling, so I'm just gonna do it? Like, what is it that you're doing in your due diligence to know that you're opening up something that you may not want to listen? I spoke a Kirk 45 minutes to go get Brandon. We got 6 people to go. I'm about to roll through this right quick. I spoke something over my life years ago that played out and that is playing out now. And I am trying my hardest to correct that so that it doesn't happen. I spoke about 3 different relationships in my that I would go through, and each one of those relationships would pass out. The person who would be the father of my child, I said that he would be a pushover. I would have my kids by him. I would take my, and I would be the primary person in my child's life, and I would be the care. That's what's happening. And then I said, oh, the second person that I really want to be with, they would, our work schedules wouldn't work out, and so we would have to be apart because of our work schedule. That happened. And so then my third one was like, we're just old, and then we just go, whatever, we just gonna fall in love and we just gonna be together because we old. So that's the third person that I'm going on. I spoke this in my 20s, and I am living the repercussions of it in my 40s. Okay. So be careful what you speak, be careful what you dip into, and always question what it is. Now I am trying to get myself out of something that I spoke over my life in my 20s.
Okay? Words are spells. So you could put something out there and inadvertently send the energy and the spells out there.
Miss Selma, I just don't have enough knowledge in what you're asking me about to help you. You need to find somebody who's more into it. Again, if you want to speak with Sheri Beery, then Kina had already put up her contact information if you want to talk to her outside of here. Or you need to find somebody who's a little bit more versed in that, and I'm just not versed in it enough to give you any advice to tell you whether this person is contacting you or to tell you whether you're moving forward. So I cannot give you any information on that. I know when to say no. Okay. All right. So who's next? May I have a reading? Here. Are you still here, honey bunny? This person here. So next we have Kai, Thoko, and Becky. Are you all here? Which one of you are here? Whichever one of you say here first, that's who I'm taking. Kai, Thoko, or Becky. Your names are scrolling across the bottom, so let me know. Actually, Libra, Queen, Jasmine, whichever one of y'all say I'm here, that's who I'm doing next.
Becky left. All right. So maybe we could do her at the end so she can come back because she's still subscribed.
All right, Libra Queen, let's go. You want a general? Okay, Miss Libra Queen. You can go ahead, Sheri Beery.
Okay. You have a dog?
I thought we were doing Libra Queen, Kina.
Okay. Ooh, we got all hearts for you.
You have Coco on the screen.
I got the 3 of hearts, the 6 of hearts, and the 7 of hearts. So hearts is cups. Cups is romance, love, and family and relationships. So as your wish is granted, the deep desire, it will come true. And then we have a loyalty, a stigma, a long-term unity, faithful mate, and the opportunity of love, hate and fear or terror of others and dangers. So, um, are you? This is a love reading. Whether it's love of a relationship or love of for your. Are you in a relationship or you're going into a relationship? And it's a love relationship. This is a romantic relationship. Sorry, Angie.
Oh no, you're good. I'm actually getting images from her, and I'm just walking through it. No, you're fine. You take your
Yeah, I'm
time.
like, I'm sorry, it's a love reading, Angie. I
Oh,
mean,
oh,
can't get any more love
God,
than
you just bleed all over those cards, Libra.
like,
Better
damn,
you than me. Better you than me. Because if they'd have showed me
girl,
that, I'd be like, can y'all show me
Jesus.
stuff? I can't do it.
Like and I'm seeing it like in 3 to 6 months. It's gonna be pretty quick. I'm just not ready for love and want to work on myself and get into the right. Hey,
You know
sometimes
we're
it just
psychic,
fucking
right? We can
happens and
tell.
you can't help it. Um, I get you because I took a year
Libra
out.
Queen, there are people that'll fight you for this love reading. You talking about you not ready for it. I mean, they will go out and go toe to toe and fight you over this love reading. So she's showing you love, and you like, I'm just not ready for it. They like, girl, all we want is love, and you getting love hot off the presses. Every card is bleeding right now.
You know, and I'm doing a lot of healing too. Like as I've been very, very honest. The person that I dated for 2.5 years was a narcissist, and not just throwing the word around. I mean, 100%, and put me through a lot of trauma. So I've been spending a lot of time healing, and at the same time, I'm still going out and dating and having a good time, but knowing that I have boundaries on what my relationships are. But it took me a while, and it took me Angie going, why are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't know, because we all want to feel loved, but I needed to heal first. So I get it, but it's coming, and it's coming where maybe you don't expect it. So don't close off to it because this is this is like, what? Hey, you know, shit happens, man. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force somebody
So,
to love.
two things. They're saying me that you're saying you're using your healing in your situation, and not everybody else. Don't think this resonates for all y'all. This is specifically for Libra Queen, honey. You're using your healing as a way to
A
protect yourself.
weapon.
You're walling yourself in to say, "Oh, I'm not ready for love," because you're afraid of love. So initially, I was trying to see what images it was, and I was like, "Oh, is she in an accident? Has she been in an accident?" They show me a disaster area. This is the aftermath of a traumatic situation. So maybe your last relationship was very traumatic. You got the lessons that you needed from that relationship. It's not always a long, drawn out healing process. Sometimes it's, you know what, I need to stand up for myself. The relationship is over, so I know next time I need to stand up for yourself. It's not that you need 5 months to be in a cocoon and to go to the Himalayan mountains and sit and sacrifice goats and things on the hill. What they're saying is sometimes your lessons come as soon as it's over. You are a person who got your lessons. So they're showing me this catastrophic event, like it's this chaos that they're showing me that you were dealing with. And so it looks, do you have children? Because it seems like there's a little boy that is involved in this situation that I was involved in with the relationship. Because they're showing me a chaotic scene. It's like everything around you is all tore up. And then there's peace on the other side, but it's all grayed out. Because how do you want to move forward? When things are grayed out for me, that means that you have the ability to color it in how you want it to be. So where are you in wanting your wishes and desires to come? You don't need to concentrate on your finances in lieu of love. Like you don't need to sacrifice one for the other. You can have it all. And they're saying to me, you're using your healing as a way to wall yourself in so that you don't be hurt. You're ready for love, but you need to understand that you just need to get back out there. It's like my having an accident and then being afraid to drive again, or falling off your bike and then being afraid to get back on the job again, or being in a relationship and then being afraid to put yourself back out there. So they're saying you're using your healing to say, oh, I need to heal, as a way to protect yourself from another bad relationship. Am I right? Okay, exactly. So they're showing me, because this is a catastrophic, this is a traumatic situation that they're showing me. And so you got the lesson, that you got self-worth. That is the lesson that you were supposed to get. This isn't what I like. This isn't how I want my children to see you, to see me. And so I need to move on. You moved on. You got the lesson. Now don't dwell in the pain of it and say that I need more lesson. I need more pain. I need more pain in order for me to get the lesson. The lesson is learned. You know what I'm saying? Move on, value yourself. You got the lesson. You need to move forward. I like your reading because you have already learned the lesson. You don't need to sit in the pain and call in more. A lot of people didn't get the lesson, and so they need more time to heal. Your healing has come. Now your fear is overpowering. You got the lesson. You know, oh, I can tell this a mile away. This person is controlling. This person is abusive. This person adds no value to the conversation. This person is demeaning. So you know all those signs. So the next time that person comes, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on because you're not the one. You got the lesson. Don't hold yourself in the pain and saying I need to be healed because you're afraid to move forward. So yours is fear, not healing. Fear of it happening again. So what you need to do is ask your higher power, how do I get from where I am now, fearful of love, until I find it's a safe place for me? Because I got the lesson. You clearly got the lesson. You clearly understood self-worth. You clearly understand value in yourself. You got all of that. What they're saying is, how do I get from here in this fearful place where I don't want to move forward to a healed place, or to a place where I'm open to feel safe and love? So it's not necessarily a healing that
Uh-oh,
you
Angie
know.
froze. But I completely understand and how we smell the bullshit a mile away. And sometimes like I'm exploring new relationships, and sometimes I'm like, is that my trauma talking, or is that, you know, I'm like, I really have to sit back and go, dang, is he lying to me? And am I like, is that my trauma talking, or is he really being forthcoming?
Can you guys hear me now? Like, am I still frozen?
Yeah.
The song that's coming to me is Maybe I Deserve by Tank. And so in this relationship, he treated her so bad. He's saying, maybe I deserve all of these things because I was this way to you. And so what they're telling me is, you deserve joy and happiness. You deserve a love that insulates you and protects you and makes you happy. You're not desperate for it. You're in fear of it.
Of
So
it.
sometimes
Mhm.
we fear the success and not the failure. So you're fearing the success of the love. What if it does happen exactly? Or what if I fall in love with this person and he's the same person that this other person was? And what they're saying is, you need to ask them, how do I move forward in my fear and love? Because it's clearly saying that you're ready to be nurtured, you're ready to be loved. And now that you understand your self worth and your value, you don't have to dwell in the pain of, I need to heal, I need to heal. A lot of times people don't understand their self worth, and that's why they're holding back love. But in your situation, they're not holding back. They're saying you're ready for it. You got the lesson. You understand your self worth. You understand the value of yourself. You're ready to move forward in it. So be ready for and open to love, and get and allow that fear. So you need to work on the fear of it. That's where your healing is, the fear of it.
The other thing you mentioned is that you don't want to bring them around your kids, or your I think I saw that somewhere. Um, but go out with them without bringing them around your kids.
Exactly. I listen. Not a single person that I've dated is has met my child in any way. Because let me tell you, what you don't want is them problems where Angie have to correct you about her child. Them the problems you don't want. So I'm
Mhm.
not even going to introduce you to my child until I know that I can tolerate you. Because if I can't tolerate you, you for damn sure. But there's ways to talk to people and to meet up with people where you don't have to have your kids around. Like when the person that I was dating came here, my son was at work, and so when it was time for my son to get off work, this person left. When we go out on dates where we're dinner and a movie and we spend several hours together. You don't automatically have to bring somebody back to your house because I don't want your energy in my house like that. You don't automatically have to bring them around your kids. You have to understand, can you tolerate them before you allow them around your children?
Amen. Aho, sister.
All right, so who's next, Keena?
Hope that helped, Libra. And and I've been there. So if you just need somebody to bounce stuff off of, hit me up.
Is Caroline here? Did Caroline respond, Keena? Oh, yes, she did. She said, okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So she wants to know, can I please have a love reading? Go for it, Sheri.
Yeah, I'm working on the fear too. Trust me. Right now, it seems like all I can attract are married men. It's fucking driving me crazy. Hmm. So, Carolina, I've got an ace of spades, seven of hearts, and a two of spades. And let me tell you the definition of those. Your love reading is not good. So the spades are swords, and swords are change and death and conflict and controversy. And the eight of spades is like they're shouting and arguments and speaking. You need to speak your truth and must speak out of strife. Um, the seven of diamonds is lies, deceit, unfaithfulness, fraud, and trouble. And then your two of spades is separation, fighting, words falling out, and pushing each other's buttons. Are you dating somebody that you're like constantly fighting with? Or do you have somebody that you're constantly having problems with? Um, it could be a lover, it could be a family member, it could be Angie, how do you really feel about love readings? So that's what I get. That's down and dirty and quick and simple. Are you dating somebody? Because yeah, I don't like to argue either.
Um,
Written all over her face for sure.
so immediately I got go far, far away. Miss Caroline, are you thinking about leaving your city, or is the universe prompting you to travel and to move far away from what you know right now? Like they're showing me that the moon is like right here on your head, like literally the full moon is right here. Like, hey, I'm right here. I'm telling you, you need to go. They're trying to pull so much out of you right now, and it's like you can't even move because the moon is right here. This is
Oh,
the
that
moon
wasn't
on you
that
right
bad. Mammogram. My mammogram was nothing. Just squish, squish, move on.
Girl, my mammogram was like Pancake City because they was like pushing, pushing.
I
Turn
don't
it this
have a
way,
lot to
do it this way, do it like
smush.
girl. I got more than enough. They was just like back to so Miss Caroline, they're showing me like the moon is right here on you. They're trying to pull this stuff out of you. They want you to use your intuition, and your intuition is telling you you need to move on. Like if the moon could drop on your head, it would just hit you
Move
upside the
on.
like literally, they show me you the moon rolling, and they don't. It's an attach this your body to it, and it's trying to pull you to somewhere else. They want you to leave, not necessarily move on. They want you to leave where you are and go far away, a distance, and relocate. That's how they're showing it to me. They're saying go far, far away. They show me a ship in the ocean by itself, and they said that's where you need to be, isolated and on your own. You have a lot of emotional things that you're dealing with, and you have nowhere to go. And the moon light the pull from the currents. The moon's pull on the currents is trying to guide you and you just ignoring it. It's like right here. The next thing it's gonna do is just pop you upside your head like this. The moon is trying to tell you you need to relocate, you need to move, and you need to go far, far away. That was the first thing I saw is a distance that you need to put between the people that you know, because I think they see you in a certain light and you need to find a whole nother set of people. Like I don't feel like you get the support and the encouragement that you need from the people that are around you or that are in your block right now. And they're saying you need to go on and find people who authentically love you for who you are and everything that you are, not because you could do this for them, not because you can provide an opportunity for them, but somebody who actually loves you for who you are. And you're not finding that. The moon is like, hey, I'm trying to draw this out of you. I'm trying to get you to use your intuition. Your intuition is hiding. When the moon comes up, that means that you need to trust that inner voice. And that inner voice is telling you to go, but you don't want to go. So is there something about moving? Maybe when I go to St. Martin's, I'll cleanse myself in the ocean. They're saying move away, like relocate and go somewhere and start over. Is there some place that you want to go that you could start over a whole new state or something else? Like I left Michigan and came here. I'm across the country. And the people here allowed me to be Angie, the intuitive psychic, where the people in Michigan didn't know me that way. So I had to leave where I was born, my birthplace, and find me. And so you need to go and find you on a journey that takes you outside of where you are now, because the people that are seeing you now only see you in one way or only see you in a way that is helpful for them. And what they're saying is you need to go out and find your community. You need to go out and find your people who support you for totally who you are. I started a new job in May. Okay. Which one of them is any question that I asked? I said, is there a place that you want to go that you might want to relocate to that could give you a new start? And it's just you by yourself. You don't need to take anybody else. They're just showing me you need to go and take and make this move. I don't have any plans, but you never know. Well, this is what they're showing me is that you need a fresh start. You need to move. And they are very clear that it's a relocation, not just a trip, not just oh, I need to isolate myself. They are very clear that you need to leave and find the support that you need. So I don't have anything else for you. There's nothing coming through on love. And what they're saying is you need to separate to find your support in order to feel valued, to be loved. That's a lot of your issue is that you don't feel valued in love, or you don't feel valued in yourself or appreciated, so you can attract a love that is valuing or that provides you the self-care that you need. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't feel it in you, then you can't attract it to somebody else. You can attract that kind of love to you. So the reason you're having these issues in love is because you don't see the value in you. People get what they want from you and then they move on. They don't appreciate you. You don't get the gratitude. And what they're saying is you need to find a tribe of people who will provide the gratitude and the understanding that you need. Okay? So that's when I say just you, I mean just you, your unit. Don't leave your kids there to fend on themselves. This ain't mocking Jay. What's the little movie where they was out there trying to fight for their lives, where they was hunting each other
Hunger
down.
Games. Hunger
Right,
Games.
these ain't Hunger Games, honey. Don't leave the kids there. Take the kids with you. But when I say just you, just your unit, just you, you don't need to take
Just
anybody
your
with you.
circle.
Just your nucleus. Okay. So that's what I got for you, Miss Caroline. And so I don't know if you're thinking about it, but it was the best decision I ever made. My son has thrived in Arizona in ways that he would have never thrived in Michigan. One thing I notice about people, and not necessarily all people in Michigan, but a lot of the people are family members that I have in Michigan. Their children are very materialistic. It's all about the name brand shoes, the coach, and the this and the that. Our children here are not very materialistic in that way. They want simple things that give them joy. They want the experience of it. They are not very materialistic, and I have to have this or I have to have that. And so I like the lifestyle that I gave to him, where he sees the value in simple things versus I want this $500 pair of shoes or I want this $300 purse or whatever. He's very much in tune with valuing things for how they are useful to him and not because they have a label on them. How close am I to Sedona? How far are we from Sedona on Mario Kart?
2 hours.
2 hours. We're about 2 hours from Sedona. With Mario Kart driving right here, it's probably like 45 minutes because she drive like the wind. I swear to God, I'll be thinking we in the Jetsons vehicle.
We need to go back.
We do need to go back.
I'll drive. I'll drive.
I'll have an edible. Who's next, Keena? Did Jasmine say that she was still here? Because she wanted to be on the list. I see 4 people on the list. So we just finished Caroline. Let's get rid of her. Thoko never responded, so we're just gonna get rid of her. Jasmine, are you here? Was she here, Keena? She was. Okay, my sister lives in Arizona. I might have to. Girl, come on down. Let me tell you, you gonna drink more water than you ever drink in your life. Let me tell you, in Arizona, honey, you gotta drink some water. But you're going to love it because kids. I think that our kids are very appreciative of simple things and they're not very materialistic. Not every circle is like that, but I see the difference between what's going on in Michigan and what I see here.
You have a troll. We have a troll. We have a troll. We have a troll.
Just go ahead and report them, Miss Linda, because I do it on Don's live all the time. I just report them and get rid of them.
I don't see the troll, Miss Linda.
I don't either. Is that Kaylee or Charlie? You in the Bible Belt? You in Utah, and all I can see is Mormons. And I see them beating me down with the cross. My skirts are too short to live in Utah. No, thank you. No, thank you. I feel like the whole Mormon community
what part of Utah?
Cross in my yard.
Moab is beautiful. I would go to Moab any day. There are not Mormons. I mean, there's nope. That's all about like biking and outdoors and just beautiful. Moab is beautiful.
Look at my face.
There's nothing around there but mountains.
Don't do it. No, don't do it. No.
Absolutely not. I'm not moving to Utah to the Bible.
I don't have tarot. We've blocked tarot.
They'll be sacrifice me as the last virgin. Well, not the last virgin, but as the Scarlet A. No, thank you. I can't do it. I can't even go no place that religious. I don't even think the plane would land if I tried to go there. No, thank you.
Yeah, Tarot Destroyer. He's blocked from my stuff because when
he's blocked for mine too. But I didn't see him on any. Like he didn't come through, so I don't know how you're seeing him. Because he didn't come through on any of our pages.
Yeah. Last time I did solo because Angie was having problems with her stuff, and then I just went by myself. Him and his posse were all talking about my weight and stuff. I thought it was funny. They thought they were gonna upset me. I'm like, bitch, I've lost 100 pounds. Like I've lost over 100 pounds. And you're gonna sit there and make fun of my weight? Fuck you, Tarot Trader.
Maybe that's what. Oh, you know what? I blocked him from the stream, so we can't see him in the stream. That's the thing is, I blocked him from YouTube. So whatever page he's using, he can't come through my restream thing, and that's why you all can see him on YouTube, and I can't see him on restream. All right. She said he blocked her. Look, why don't we all go to his page and just post a whole bunch of stuff about tarot stuff, and that his head might explode, literally explode. All right, so Miss Jasmine, gosh, I had a vision. Let me see if I can get it back.
What does Spirit want? So Jasmine, this is one of my very new decks. I just shuffled it for you.
Damn it.
What?
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Sheri. I got it.
Okay. So I got an Ace of Wands, a 3 of Swords, and a 3 of Wands. And this is really cool. Like these are brand new cards I've never read off of anybody. But see down here, it says Lord of the Root of the Power of Fire.
That sounds serious business.
I know. And then it says the 3 of Swords is the Lord of Sorrow. And then the 3 of Wands says the Lord of Established Strength. So the Spirit, to me, being that I've never used this deck before, this is a cool ass deck. I got 2 new decks, actually 3, but 2 new tarot decks. I'm getting that with the Ace of Wands, you're at the beginning of a journey, and that it's a rough kind of journey. But then with the 3 of Swords, again, that's conflict and strife and fighting for the things that you want. And it's like in the past, you've had to fight so hard for these items. But then I have got that you stood strong in these items. This is really cool. This is a really cool card. Okay, so this is, look at all the little prettiness on this card. And then on your last one, it's strength. It's standing strong in your power, standing strong in your fire, standing strong. See, fire is the best. Standing strong in your fire. Is that a pot leaf? Wait, down there? This is the back of the card. It's like a 5-petaled leaf thing. Maybe that's hops. Anyways, so I'm getting that you stand strong in your power and in the strength of your fire. This is a Taurus card. See, like there's a Taurus down here. Right here. Very interesting. Are you bullheaded, Miss Jasmine? Because whatever it is that you're working on, you'll get through it. And this deck is called the Hermetic Tarot, based upon the associate workings of the Secret Order of Golden Dawn. Okay.
Okay. So I keep forgetting. Oh, okay. Because your question is, what does spirit want me to know? And they clearly said that you're moving in the right direction. You're moving forward. But they said, what is it that you want to know? What questions do you have for them? Like, don't just come there and be like, well, just tell me what questions do you have for them? So they're specifically asking me to ask you, what question do you have for spirit, other than what do they want me to know? Because they want you to know a lot of things. They want you to know that you're on the right track. They want you to know that you're valued. They want you to know that you're protected. They want you to know that you're loved. They want you to know that they are around, they are here for you, that you can ask them questions. So there's a lot of things they want you to know. What specifically do you want to know from them? It's a partnership. It's a give and take. You can ask. A lot of times we were told you can't question God. And so we're waiting for this God to just come down and rain down this enlightenment on us without asking any questions. So what is it specifically that you want them to tell you? What is it that you want them to know? Because all of those things they want you to know. Every last one of those things I want you to know. You're protected, you're loved, they're there for you. You can ask them questions. You're on the right path. They want you to know all those things. But what specifically do you want to know from them? Okay, so this is what I do when I wake up from dreams, and I still do it now. And either they tell me or I don't. I don't fight with it. I used to wake up from the dream and be like, "Oh, I saw a red card. What does a red card mean?" So I'm on Google trying to figure out what a red card was. Oh, I saw my deceased aunt in the dream. What does it mean when you dream about a deceased aunt? Oh, we were eating rice. What does that know? I was driving myself crazy trying to figure out. So I did this simple thing. Is there anything significant in that dream that I need to know? Is there anything you want me to do with the information that you presented to me in this dream? And then I just ask. You all seem to be afraid to just ask. The dreams are coming to you. They're trying to talk to you. Are you just asking? Is there anything significant in that dream that they're showing me? And then they'll say, oh yeah, okay, so they showed me, they took me back to my grandmother's house. So let me tell you how they work. So they kept taking me back to my grandmother's house, and they kept it in each of the dreams. A deceased loved one was meeting this guy that I was dating. So I was dating this guy, and my these are very significant people in my life. Each time they would meet him, and I was like, "Well, what the hell does that mean?" So then you ask, and they say, "This is your ancestors giving approval of this person." So you need to ask what it is that they're trying to give you in these dreams. You're getting the dreams, so what is it that they're trying to get you to understand? What is it that they're trying to get you to see? Okay, so that's what you need to ask. What is there anything significant in this dream that you want me to know? Is there anything that I need to do with the information that you're presenting to me? I'm on a journey where I'm trying to understand why people before they die are coming to me to tell me that they're dying. And then they keep telling me over and over and over that this person is dying. And so it's all an effect of me saying, I'm getting better with my mediumship. So I am getting better with my mediumship. And so people before they're crossing over, they're coming to me. And so I was overwhelmed by it. Like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm just waiting on this person to die. So what I have to do is, what do you want me to do with this information? How do I process information in a way that goes with the purpose that I'm trying to provide, which is healing? So what do you want me to do with the knowledge that this person is dying? What am I supposed to do in the in between time, between the time that they came to me and told me that they're ready to die and they actually die? So it's a progression of how do you understand the abilities that they're trying to stretch out of you. They're giving you dreams because they're trying to get you to understand vision. They're trying to get you to understand signs and symbols. So your next question is, how do I use this information? What is it that you want me to do with this information? You're coming to me in my dreams. How do I decipher the information that you're going to? You don't need to go to an outside source. It's for you to understand. I told them that if there was somebody online that I was dating that wasn't good for me, and what they do, they showed me that person as Judas in a dream. You can't get no clearer than Judas. You can't get no clearer than Judas. This person isn't right for you. Okay? So you allow them to speak to you. You were drawing tarot cards in the in your dream. Is that what you're saying? Because you said you didn't realize that you were doing it. He kept calling you an angel. So this is one thing that they're saying. Are you afraid of your calling? I think Sheri Beery asked you something about being a fear or not wanting to, something about fear. Did you ask her something about fear? We can't hear you.
Because I was banging my cards around. To stand in her strength, and that there has been sorrows and fears in her past, or it could be present, because it was the center card that was,
So
standing.
immediately when what does Lionel Richie mean to you? For me, it's hello. Hello is an introduction. Hello is it me you're looking for. So if I dream about Lionel Richie, oh, he's coming to me to say hello. He's introducing me to something. He's introducing you to tarot. See how easy that was to interpret that? What does Lionel Richie mean to you? The song Hello immediately came up to me because but does it have something to do with the Commodores for you? So what does Lionel Richie mean to you? Why would Lionel Richie be coming to you? Do you admire his daughter? Do you admire his talents? Do you admire a specific song? So to me, if Lionel Richie was in my dream, it's hello. Is it me that you're looking for? They're introducing me to something. So he's introducing you to tarot. You don't know anything about Lionel Richie. Okay. Then that's what it is. That's how I'm getting it. Is he's introducing you to tarot. He's introduced that's weird that you dreamed about Lionel Richie, honey. Like, but that's the first thought that I get when I think about Lionel Richie. I hear the song Hello, and then it's is it me you're looking for? So is this what you're looking for? Are you looking to get into tarot and you're afraid of it? Are you looking to get into metaphysical because that religion in you is saying that it's wrong, but you know that it feels right? Let me tell you how I know I needed to break with religion. I would be sitting in church and I would be listening to the pastor do, and I'd be like, that ain't right. That's not what the Bible says. That's not how you interpret that. That's not. Everything in me said that what I was receiving was incorrect, was wrong. It was totally against everything that naturally felt good to me. And then when I got to tarot, when I got to psychic, when I got to it, it allowed me to understand my abilities and my gifts. I've been having visions since I was a child, but because it wasn't something that's regularly practiced, I subdued it. I didn't allow it to thrive in me. And so when they introduced it back to me, then it's like, oh, okay, this feels natural. This feels right. Because religion says you can only go this path. You can only go this way. You can only do Jesus. You can only do the Bibles. You can only do this set of rules. Spirituality says, you know what? There's pieces of all religions that are good, and it's all basically the same principle. Do unto others as you would like them to do unto others. It's all about kindness. At the end of the day, all religions want the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so there are people who take each of them to the extreme, but in essence, it's all wanting the same thing. So no one is more supreme than the other. And so religion tells us you only can go this way. Spirituality says you can go this way, you can go this way. You can receive through visions, you can receive through dreams, you can receive through music, you can receive through smells, through taste, through feelings. Spirituality allowed me to explore everything that I have been receiving since I was a child, 5 years old, having visions, 5 year olds talking to spirit, 5 years old, seeing things that are going to happen in the future, but not understanding what to do with it because my family was Baptist, and you don't do that in Baptist. But they'll tell you all the time that there are prophets in the church. So how is your word that you're receiving more better than the word that I'm receiving? You know what I'm saying? I'm receiving a word from a higher power, but because you're contributing to the church in a way that brings in profit, you're a prophet. You're a prophet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a lowly person in the church, and I'm receiving. So my information isn't good, but because you're high priestess, or you're a prophet, or you're a seer, or you're this, you give more. You're given a higher level of authority in the church than I would be, and I'm told to dismiss my gift. So, is there a fear of religion that is holding you back from truly tapping into your gifts?
I was the same. So when I went to a Christian school for 4 years and I would sit there in chapel in the Christian school, I was like, this isn't, I could feel it in my core, in my body. Like this isn't right. Like there's something wrong with it. Like wrong.
Everything, and the more I tried to get into it and go back to it, they were like, no, everything turned to chaos in your life because you're fighting something that you're naturally trying to do. This is your universe. This is your higher power trying to get you to connect this way. The church wants you to connect this way. Give to the church, volunteer at the church. Your higher power wants you to do this. And ironically, the way that I got to that, wanting that notion of that higher power, I was sitting in church one day and I heard the pastor say, "The Lord told me to tell you." And I said, I'd love that one-on-one relationship with my higher power or with God, when I can ask a question and He'll answer my question without it having to be filtered through a pastor, through the Bible, through another person. I want to ask you a question and I want you to tell me just like you told this person. And that's what happened. And that's how we got here. I developed a relationship this way with my higher power instead of this way with the church and their restrictions. So
Yeah.
you decide it's relationship, not
It's
rules.
just,
You
that's
want
the
relationship with your higher power.
That's the same as like voodoo. And I'm not dissing voodoo, but voodoo is a religion and it comes from Catholicism and then it's translated. And in voodoo, it's like you have to go to the saints or you have to go in Catholicism too. Like and Christianity, there's the gatekeeper, there's the pastor, there's the elders, there's the pastor's wives. And I'm like, why do I have to have a relationship with them? Why can't I have a direct connection with
I
God?
don't know your life like that. I don't know how you filtering that information through. I need to have a direct connect. You know what
I
I'm
need to
saying?
have a direct
I
source.
had a relative who was going to the church for marital counseling. I know several people who went to the church for marital counsel, and they were unhappy in their marriage, and they told them to stay in that marriage because that's what the Lord wanted them to do. That's what your Lord wanted you to do. My Lord say, drop this zero and get you a hero. Because while I'm wasting time trying to make this fit, I'm missing out on my true love. And so a lot of times people see things through their lens, and they don't give you advice based on what's best for you. They give you advice on what's best for what the church says. The church says that you don't get a divorce. Well, sometimes I do need a divorce if we're not equally yoked, as they would say. They pick and choose, and they cherry pick the parts of the Bible that they want to use. And then so this part works in order for me to keep you suppressed and in a marriage that you're not happy in. This part keeps you suppressed and in an area where you don't realize your gifts and how you can have that one-on-one relationship. So what spirit wants you to do is ask questions. They're giving you the dreams. They're giving you the things that you want to know. Lean into them and understand them. Don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and move forward. Again, Keena has posted everything about our Tuesday night class if you want to come. But remember, when you come to class Tuesday, be ready to read. Don't come there thinking you're just going to get a nice little tutorial. We're going to put you to work, trial by fire. We're going to be like, hey, it's time to read. You in a group, read them cards, read that energy. What are you intuitively getting? What visions are you getting? What feelings are you getting? What words are you seeing? What music are you hearing? I had a friend, he was in a band, so all of his references in your reading had to do with music. Have you ever heard this song? Have you ever heard this lyric? So your guides use your database to get to you, and dreams must be your powerful time. And a lot of times they come to us when we're asleep because we're unconscious and we can't dismiss it. You can't dismiss a dream, honey. You can't dismiss Judas in a dream. That's clearly not right for you. Lionel Richie, for me, is that hello. If that's not what it is for you and you don't feel like my interpretation is correct, then you can go with a different route for what Lionel Richie means to you. There's a specific reason they use Lionel Richie, and I think it's the hello. In hello, is it me that you're looking for? Is this the thing that you're looking for? Is this the freedom that you're looking for in spirituality? Is this where you're trying to go? And so the next time you have a dream, literally just wake up and be like, well, first write it down so you don't forget it. And then two, is there anything significant in that dream that I need to remember? And if you have a hard time writing it down, as soon as I wake up, I say, is there anything in that dream I need to remember? Is there anything significant that I need to do? Is there anything I need to do with that information? And so they'll either tell me or we'll just keep on moving. I'm not going to fight with you about it. I'm just not. You either want me to have the information or you don't. So that's how I am.
Okay, who's next, Keena?
Exactly. Asking spirit yourself. All right, Miss. Is it Charlie or Kay? What? How do you pronounce your name?
Carly? Carly?
Can you phonetically give it to me?
I don't have my glasses on. Hold on.
And this is our last one. And after this, I have to go because I have to go pick up Brandon. You're welcome, Miss Jasmine. Again, if you want to come to class, Keena has posted the link, or she has posted the email address. You just email Lenore and Mr. Shaylee. Okay.
Sorry, I mispronounced your name. I totally mispronounced it before.
About 50 times we said it wrong because we see the CH as ch instead of sh.
Yeah, and I'm guilty. Everybody sees my last name is Beery, but it's Beery. But you call me whatever.
I still say Beery. I don't care how many times I read Beery. I still say Beery. I'll be like, Sheri. Listen, I just realized that you only have one R in your first name. Lord help the child. Lord help Jasmine, if you want to come to class, this is the link that you will. This is who you would email and say you want to come, and then we will send you the link for you to come to class. All right, so go ahead and then come. It's Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So right now it's 6 o'clock. So this is the time that we would be doing it on Tuesday, but we would have started at 6 o'clock. So this is the time that and it's about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, and we have a good time in there. So come with your cards and come ready to do it. Like Pam said, she loves class. Miss Linda said her daughters love class. So we all get in there and have a good time. So come on in there and be ready. All right. So you're welcome, Miss Jasmine. Okay, so back to
I'm an asshole. I don't go. No, I work.
So
I got 2 new properties now too. So I'm gonna be working.
But you got rid of one of your problem childs, right? Keena's property?
Not yet. Not until July.
What they're going. What do you know about the Adante
property?
What do you know about the Adante? Do you have anything to do with that? That's another property.
that commercial, that whole lot with her apartment complex, the gas station, the Cracker Barrel, the big lot, the 2 hotels. I manage all the land.
Okay. So are they going to tear those apartments down and then just build some more commercial property? Because that whole row seems to be very commercial.
No, I don't think so, because the people just bought that property. I know that the La Quinta is selling. And I know that the other hotel that's behind there is doing $3 million of renovations.
Miss Cassandra, you missed the live chat. We're 3 hours and 30 minutes in, so we're about to end this live, and I have to go pick up my baby. We're just about to finish Shady's reading, and then we're done. Tomorrow, Miss Shauna will be back on, and so she'll be able to get you, or you can come back on Sunday or Wednesday when we're back on again.
Okay,
so go ahead.
I got the 4 of Pentacles, and then I'm hearing the song. Hold on, it's a very old song. Sorry, it's
Invoke.
Hold on loosely or lose control. Who does that? Anyways, then I got the Ace of Cups in reverse, so you're not filling your own stuff up. And then I got the 7 of Pentacles. So you've planted your seeds and you're watching them grow, but you're not filling your own cup. What is that song? Hold on loosely or you lose control. It's 38 Special that sings it. Thank you, Julie. 38 Special. But that's what I'm hearing is like you're holding on to things so tightly that you're not letting everything go throughout the community, and you're forgetting to feed yourself. You're forgetting to take care of yourself. You're so concerned about what you've planted, the dreams and things that you've planted, that you're forgetting to nurture yourself. So let loose, have some fun, but being so strict. That's what I have for you.
Miss Shaylee, and you're gonna be so upset with me. I do not have time to read you. I have to go and get my son, and so he won't be standing outside when he got for work. He gets off in 5 minutes, and I ain't even got my shoes on, so I have to go. And if I start your reading, it'll be something. And I'm not really getting anything right now, so I hope you enjoyed the information that Miss Sheri gave you. I just don't have time to do it right now. I really have to go, and we're almost at the 4-hour mark. And so I hope that whatever information she gave you helps you out. I'm glad
you
that
understand. Perfect.
And exactly, okay. So she gave, and look, he already texted me, "Can you come get me, Mama?" So I'm about to go. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all for coming through. Have a great night, and see you all next week. Again, you know, all of us are live somebody from Sunday to Thursday, so tune in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment so that we know that you appreciate what we're doing. And you all have a great rest of your Sunday.
Alicia, thanks
for stand outside.
For the referral. Alicia, thanks for the referral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the person that wanted to know about mediumship, again, contact Sheri. The person who wanted to know about Hecate, you might want to contact Sheri before you get into that stuff. Have a good night, Miss Linda. Miss Linda, what was you cooking? You said you was cooking. I didn't even get to hear what it was. But I gotta go.